me check the. I want to see day over day if it gets a little better for the hitters in this one. Yeah, a little warmer today than it was yesterday. Got to think about if that's an official play for me, but right now I'm going that way. Updates on some of these games here. Twins and Guardians tied at 4 in the top of the 8th with 1 out. The Marlins still leading the Yankees 2-0 in the bottom of the 8th. The Mets leading the Giants 7-4 in the top of the 7th. San Francisco with a man on first and 1 out. The Rangers and Mariners. So Rangers do not score in the top of the 8th there. They are tied up still at 2. Bottom of the 8th here. Mariners, no one on and 1 out. If you have not checked out VSiN's exclusive betting splits, then what are you doing? Cut through the noise and pull real-time data straight from Circa and DraftKings Sportsbooks. Circa caters to the sharp bettors and big wagers, while DraftKings reflects the broader public market, giving you a unique look at both sides of the action. Track the percentage of bets and handle on every game across every major sport so you can make sharper, more informed bets. Start your edge today for just $9.99 at vsin.com/subscribe. Again, that's VSiN's exclusive betting splits. You'll get real-time data from Circa and DraftKings Sportsbooks. Can't get that anywhere else. So you're getting a pretty nice view at the market movement here. Start your edge today for just $9.99 at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe. Coming up on the other side, we are talking more baseball. Another busy baseball Saturday. And you know what? I got to give you an update on the Wyndham Championship too. So let's do that. This is Live Bet Saturday on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. Right now, get a 4-piece GE kitchen suite for under $2,000. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt Max XR 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. Save big with deals that work as hard as you do. Shop Pro Savings Days in-store or online today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 8/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August, and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million, pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
This is Grace Remington for VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. The Padres and Mariners made major moves at the MLB trade deadline, and bettors noticed. San Diego went from 35-1 to 16-1 to win the World Series after landing arms and adding bats. They've now taken 23% of all World Series money at DraftKings. The Mariners jumped from 25-1 to 14-1 after adding Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor, drawing 17% of the tickets since. SiriusXM subscribers get the first month of VSiN Pro for just $1.58. Use the promo code GRACE at vsin.com/subscribe.
Gear up for football season the sharp way with a VSiN Pro subscription. Right now, grab our football special for just $175. An early bird deal that gives you full VSiN access through the Super Bowl. That includes our NFL betting guide, loaded with team previews, power ratings, and season-long best bets. Plus, pro picks sent to your inbox daily, betting splits from DraftKings and Circa, live shows on the VSiN Watch app, and so much more. Don't wait. Sign up now at vsin.com/subscribe and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour.
I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TRAFFIC25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TRAFFIC25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TRAFFIC25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code TRAFFIC25.
A numbers game with Gil Alexander.
Literally one run shy of half of all of their runs scored in the month of July were in those 5 games alone. They're horrible with runners in scoring position, and typically you would think, oh, well, something like that might regress to the mean. I don't know, man. That's the frustrating thing about the Mariners. They just can't seem to get together on any consistent basis.
Download a Numbers Game podcast and other VSiN shows wherever you listen to podcasts.
This is Live Bet Saturday on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Welcome back into Live Bet Saturday on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. I'm Grace Remington with Will Hill, and now joining us on the Progressive guest line, it's Bob Harris, host of Football Diehards on SiriusXM Fantasy Channel and a member of the Fantasy Sports Writers Association Hall of Fame. Bob, thanks so much for joining us this weekend. August is when everyone is ramping up for their fantasy football drafts, and I'm sure you are just getting pounded with questions from your family and friends. And it does seem like people make more mistakes than wins. So if you could tell people the one draft day mistake to avoid, what would that be?
I know it sounds simple and almost crazily simple, but don't draft last year's best team. You have to project a little bit. You have to realize that there's going to be regression for players, both positive and negative. Watch out for paying what I call the historic premium. You know, you have Brock Bowers coming off a historic season. You have Saquon Barkley coming off a historic season. You could say Jamar Chase close to that, right? So expecting those guys to hit the same numbers is a little bit of a mistake. Maybe you should find value elsewhere. The seasons are historic for a reason. They're hard to do. So if you're paying the price for a player to do something that he did last year that's out of the ordinary, maybe you should look at a different direction.
Bob, a guy I think you need to evaluate one way or another if you're just planning where you're going to pick, who you're going to pick, is McCaffrey. There's one school of thought says he's going to bounce back. He's a Hall of Fame level player. The other school, man, you know what? Wasn't that impressive last year? He's had a lot of injuries. He's banged up. He's older. Where do you come down now on the San Francisco running back?
He looks healthy, right? So sometimes, and the price is rising. I thought, maybe a month or so ago, you were still getting him in the second round. Now he's still coming in into the first round, moved up with Ashton Genty. So you have this juxtaposition of youth and age. The thing about age, the thing that comes with older players are established roles and certain paths to workload. We expect Genty to have a huge role with the Raiders, and they invested a 6th-round pick overall to get him. But if you look at McCaffrey, you go back 2 years, his last healthy year, 272 carries in 16 games. The second most in the NFL that year. 17 carries per game, ranks 4th in the league. Throwing 67 catches, and he got 339 turns to rack up fantasy points. That's the kind of volume you're looking for. So I'm willing to chase that volume. The thing about the first round is you're going to have to pay up for every player in the first round. You're basically paying a premium on these players, and you're hoping it works out, but you're going to have to build some quality depth and maybe some insurance, whether it's Isaac Guerrero or another depth piece that you can find that backs McCaffrey up. I am kind of intrigued right now. I'm kind of going back and forth between he and Genty as my 5 and 6 running backs. I have Derrick Henry ahead of him and the usual 3 suspects, Bijan, Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Saquon Barkley ahead of those guys. But I have Derrick Henry next, and then battling with the McCaffrey, Genty, old versus young thing. I am putting a little faith. Have some people on the staff there in San Francisco. This year, it sounds like he really does feel good, but we'll all be watching closely after getting burned last year.
Bob Harris, host of Football Diehards on SiriusXM Fantasy Channel, joining us now on the Progressive guest line. Really excited, Bob, to read your latest article when it comes out. You're writing about the second-year quarterbacks. What excites you the most about this draft class?
Well, you get one everywhere you want, right? And I think that's to me, that's kind of the thing about, when you're in a fantasy league, you want to pay the right price. Jaden Daniels coming off an electrifying year, right? Quarterback 3, you're paying for that electrifying year. He's one of these cases where you're paying the premium. He's got issues going on with his receiving core, Darren McLaurin holding out. But you look at the high bar he set, 69% of his passes completed, almost hit that magical 70% mark that they want. Caleb Williams, another second-year player, getting Chicago. 3,568 yards, 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, but it's the rushing equity that sets him apart. Ran for 891 yards with 6 touchdowns. Those kind of numbers, that's something fantasy investors are going to chase. I would say, though, that you could maybe get a guy, instead of in the third round getting Jaden Daniels, you could look at maybe Bo Nix in the 7th or 8th round, a guy who put up pretty monster numbers. Like, he got a slow start last year, but he finished his fantasy quarterback 8. He averaged 18.6 points per game, 9 quarterback 1 finishes, cracked the top 10 5 times, the top 5 3 times, had a massive 33-point game in the finale. From week 10 on, he threw 21 touchdown passes. That tied with Joe Burrow for the 3rd most in the NFL. And he also has some rushing equity, added value on the ground. Finished 3rd on the Broncos with 430 rushing yards. It had the team tied for the team lead in rushing touchdowns with 4. So I like that value better than I like Jaden Daniels because I want to leverage those early picks into positional players. And so I'm looking there. And Caleb Williams is a guy, a second-year player. Ben Johnson comes over from Detroit. For 3 years, he's run the best offense in football. Now he's going to try and solve that in Chicago. I know that Caleb Williams was a bit of a disappointment last year. Who do we blame? I don't know. Shane Waldron was the offensive coordinator. He was fired at one point. The 3 weeks after Shane Waldron, Thomas Brown, and all due respect to him, he's not known for the innovative offensive mind that Ben Johnson is. But Caleb Williams came in and put up 3 top 5 performances directly after that. So they can cut back on his on the sacks. He had 68 last year. It was a ridiculous number. And they have stored up the offensive line. When Dave Canales went to Carolina and rebuilt that team to try to take advantage of Bryce Young, he rebuilt the offensive line, established a strong running game. If Ben Johnson does those same things, Caleb Williams, who's going to be available as like quarterback 10 or 11, much later, maybe into the double-digit rounds, then you get even more value. So those are kind of the way, kind of the trade-offs you make when you're drafting players. Who am I getting in those spots where I would have drafted Jaden Daniels? Am I getting a front line wide receiver 1, running back 1? Am I waiting for Bo Nix? If I see a player there that I think might have more value at his position, I can wait a little later and go with Caleb Williams.
Bob, I think everyone puts Genty as far as the rookie running backs on his own level, and I'll put Hampton on a different level just because it looks like maybe no Najee Harris, and he's going to be as a first-rounder, a guy with some opportunity. After that, there's a glut of 2nd, 3rd, 4th-round running backs with a lot of talent, interesting situations. How do you power rank the hierarchy of some of these guys? Blue on the Cowboys, Caleb Johnson on the Steelers, Harvey of the Broncos. The list goes on and on. Who are some of the guys you like, don't like here in terms of the rookie running backs?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little tricky. The guys right now with the clear path to workload, obviously Genty and Hampton is growing on that, right? And he's going to push up a little higher, he's not going to hit nearly as high as Hampton. He's not going to hit that round 1 level, but he is getting closer. And I think it's interesting. After that, though, I know a lot of people early on were drafting R.J. Harvey like he was going to be that guy. I was probably doing it early this year. Then something changed. We haven't had an evolution. The Broncos got a chance to look at him throughout OTAs and through their minicamp. And what did they do after that? They still signed J.K. Dobbins. One of my colleagues, Cecil Lammy, covers the Broncos on a daily basis. He thinks J.K. Dobbins is the 1A to Harvey's 1B. So maybe I dial back on him. Travion Henderson's in a good spot in New England, but don't forget about Ramondre Stevenson, who I was told last week by Tom King of the Nashville Telegraph that Ramondre Stevenson showed up so slim he barely recognized him. He wants to prove he's not just a between the tackles hammer, that he has some breakaway speed. So I think we're going to start out with Ramondre Stevens as a starter, but Travion Henderson, by all accounts in camp, has looked like a super dangerous receiving asset. So he'll have some value right away. Then after that, it gets a little trickier. Caleb Johnson hasn't looked good in pass protection. That's something that's going to be important in Pittsburgh with Aaron Rodgers there. But I do like the opportunity for him, and I don't know that Jaylen Warren's going to just crush him. You mentioned Jaden Blue. Sometimes I used to like to use the Sesame Street logic in my fantasy football. One of these things is not like the other. Well, in Dallas, that's Jaden Blue. He runs a 4.40 while he's running circles around guys like Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, and Phil Maffa, another rookie. So I do like Jaden Blue, and he's really come on. Had a rough start to the start of camp. Some reporting out there that he was a little bit lazy. He's kind of moved past all that. I think he's a guy that's very appealing, and the price is right. You're getting him towards the double-digit rounds. Just due to the ambiguity in that backfield, I think it's worth taking a chance on a guy like that at the price you're getting him.
Bob, we have about a minute left here. Everyone is always looking for that sleeper pick that makes the difference in their league. Do you have any sleepers that could help people out?
We have tons of them. The funny thing about sleepers is everyone likes them. I think we call them now more like value plays, right? You're looking for guys that are mismatched compared to their price. For me right now, Devontae Adams is that guy. He's not necessarily a sleeper. Everyone knows the name. He's being drafted well into the third round. I think he's going to produce close to what Puka Nacua does in his new home in Los Angeles. So don't dial back on him. And watch for some of the running backs that are going later. Kenneth Walker, the third in Seattle's in a super good spot. But you can wait later and get guys like James Conner, way later, even maybe DeAndre Swift, who in Chicago in that great offense. He's played for Ben Johnson before. I'd watch him. And at wide receiver, there's always a range of guys. Go way late. If you're waiting way late, don't overlook players like Adam Thielen, guys with established roles in offenses. Adam Thielen the last 2 years has been no worse than wide receiver 18 in all of fantasy, playing with a less than ideal quarterback situation. So watch guys like that when you're really late in your draft.
Awesome stuff. That's Bob Harris, host of the Football Diehards on Sirius XM Fantasy Channel and Fantasy Sports Writers Association Hall of Famer. Thanks for joining us, Bob. Good luck this football season, but hopefully we hear from you soon.
Thanks, Bob.
I'm always here. Thanks, Will. Thanks, Grace.
All right, coming up next, we send you home with our best bets for the...
Man, look at that Return of the Old King, man. Oh, wow. Emotional.
King of the Hill is back.
They got a Bob's in the airport now. Oh, that's Boba.
World has changed, Dad.
Bobby wants to bring that new girl over for dinner.
The Vegas? What the hell am I supposed to feed her?
Can't we just put some grass in a bowl?
From Mike Judge and Greg Daniels.
Ready to make some memories, Dad?
Let's freaking go.
A Hulu original series, King of the Hill. Season premiere August 4th, streaming on Hulu.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
With 10 conferences and 136 teams, the world of college football is almost impossible to keep up with. Almost is the key word there, because our VSiN analysts, hosts, and experts have been keeping tabs on the offseason, and our 2025 college football betting guide drops on Tuesday, August 5th, with previews of every team and what you need to know to be ready for the start of the season. I'm managing editor Adam Burke, and I'd love for you to join us as a VSiN Pro at vsin.com/subscribe.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a
And we welcome you to Lakewood, Ohio's Western Reserve Radio, now available on the iMedia One Network app, is proud to bring to you Week 1 of the PAFL playoffs. And today, the Cleveland Cobras at 4-4, they get ready to host the 5-3 Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. Hello, everyone. Jim Craven with you, along with the coach, Bob Gessler, high atop a sparsely populated stadium here as we get ready for kickoff here. Folks filing in as we get ready for what should be a great night weather-wise here for Week 1 of the playoffs. And these two teams have met previously here in the 2025 season, with the Rapids walking away with the win both times. Game's close, though. Week 1, the Rapids would get a 33-yard field goal to win it with just seconds left by a score of 17-14. And then the rematch in Akron, it would be the Rapids getting the 13-7 win over the Cobras today. The Cobras looking much better than they did in the beginning there, Coach. 0-2 seems like a long time ago. And now we are getting ready for Week 1 of the playoffs. Rapids a little bit on a decline here. Cobras on their way up. Right now, Coach, could be a matter of who peaks at the right time.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, watching those drives falter for them up when we called the game up in Akron. I mean, they were driving, and it's just I basically was trying to force it downfield, but they ran out of time. But these two teams are matched up quite well, I believe, but I'll tell you what, Cobras have been running the ball so well, and that brings them linebackers up and sometimes puts them safeties and corners at a lull. So, and that way Slap Thompson's being able to get it in there. So, could be an exciting football game today.
Yeah, Slap Thompson bumped up a little bit early in the year, some inconsistency at the quarterback position. However, has looked much better in recent weeks and has led this Cobras offense. Again, you talked about opening it up here, and the veteran has really kind of moved the ball around. Ball security going to be an issue. We've seen a few times maybe on those options where we didn't like that so much, but other than that, you can tell a true veteran sitting in there, but C.J. Hale backing him up if needed, and from time to time we've seen Hale with flashes of really good play here. So solid position right now in terms of the quarterback for the Cleveland Cobras.
Absolutely. So, again, start out by testing waters in the middle outside. Don't get fancy, and then just start shooting short stuff, and that's what I like to see. But, you know, with Slap, you never know.
The Rapids are actually the higher-seeded team here in round 1 of the PAFL playoffs. However, the Cobras are going to host this one here in Lakewood. So, for all intents and purposes, the Rapids are the home team today. Cleveland will be visiting at their very own stadium. And we'll take a look at the brackets here for the Tier 2 version of the PAFL playoffs. And this week, we're split in two sides here. So, in the first group here, it's going to be as we had the Ohio Broncos, who have come really a long way with Marquel Sewell at quarterback, and see a lot of difference in that offense. They will be hosting the Mid-Ohio Patriots. Of course, the other half of this bracket will be the Cobras and the Rapids. Over on the other half, it's going to be the Steel City Bobcats and the Youngstown Patricians. Of course, that game going right now over on Western Reserve Radio 2 with Mark Means, Matt Marr, Dave Ferris, bringing that to you from Couple Stadium down in the Pittsburgh area. And in a late report, as we just heard this on the way up here, the West Virginia Leviathan chose not to participate in the playoffs. Therefore, the Beaver County Arctic Bengals move on. They will face the winner of the Ohio Broncos, of the Steel City Bobcats and the Youngstown Patricians. The winner of this game here will go on to meet either the Ohio Broncos or the Mid-Ohio Patriots. Been kind of a tight game there, but again, the Ohio Broncos, a tough team. We saw them in Week 2 in Louisville, and all around a tough team there. Not a whole lot of weaknesses there.
No, they're well balanced. They could run, they could throw. Defense is good. Their defensive backs play the ball very well. So, it's getting down to the playoffs, and it's going to wheel through it, and the best team's going to shine. So, you just hope mistakes are minimal and that they, they just get it done.
Take a quick look over at the Tier 1 version of the PAFL playoffs. Only game this week is going to be the Erie Express taking on the Glass City Tigers. Only 5 teams competing in the playoffs in Tier 1. But the winner of that game will have the unenviable task of heading to Columbus to take on the Fire. The Fire have been around for many years and have won many titles, Coach, there, so a veteran group down there in Columbus. And also the Cleveland Rams, who we saw just a couple weeks ago here in Lakewood, they head to Michigan to take on the Hurricanes. So the winner of the in 2 weeks, the Cleveland Rams and the Michigan Hurricanes, the winner of that will take on the winner of the Columbus Fire and whoever makes it out of the first round here between Erie and the Glass City Tigers. We're going to step aside for a quick timeout. When we come back, pregame show continues here on Western Reserve Radio, now available on the iMedia One Network app. Available for iPhone and Android. We're back right after this.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
Pregame continues here in Lakewood as we get ready for round one of the PAFL playoffs. The Cobras and the Rapids getting ready for round 3 here in the 2025 season. And, Coach, I tell you, 2 losses for the Cobras, close games, but statistically tough to beat a team 3 times in a row. But both teams have film. They've seen a lot of each other. Some changes have been made, but the key players have been consistent. So now this might come down to just a coaching strategy today as opposed to just talent.
Well, I believe that too, but you got to look at what your strengths are at a game like this, and you really have got to just pound them. And what I mean by that, whether it's running the ball, throwing the ball, defensively, sinking people, going your cover 2, cover 0. So they got to do what they can do just to play a little bit better. They've been toe-to-toe with them, but unfortunately that ball just didn't bounce their way. That's all.
We talked on the way up here, we were talking about buys early in the playoffs there. Last week, Cuyahoga Falls Rapids, they get the forfeit win over the Tri-County Rams, 2-0 win awarded by the PAFL. And something we talked about, even in the college playoffs, all the first-round teams who had buys were eliminated in that round. So not even a great advantage for the Rapids and then having to go on the road.
Yeah, the problem with the buys are now if you have a couple injured players that may be a little bit, and you want to rest them, that's good. But I never like that. I want to keep going, keep the momentum going because it's hard to simulate what you do in a game compared to practices. So, you want to keep that train going, and you want to keep your strengths and keep guys knowing what they got to do.
5-3 is the record for the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids there. And they start off with a couple of strong games as a new organization, though. Very well done here. There are a lot of good things we've seen from the Rapids here. You and I have been through the first year learning curve here, and for all intents and purposes, a well-organized and a talented team coming in here. So even on the third round, although there's a little more confidence for the Cobras, I think there's a sense of foreboding, too, that, what has changed and what do we need to be ready for?
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, they did they're doing an outstanding job, first-year team, and I'll tell you what, they're clicking. You can see that the players they know their plays, they know their teammates and stuff, so.
Take a look at some of the key players here. We talk offensively about the Cleveland Cobras. They've come alive probably in the last 3 weeks, even in the loss to the Cleveland Rams. They made that game close against a 3A team, as the Rams also making the playoffs in that tier as well. But we talked about Slap Thompson, but we have to talk about guys like Matt Wise, G-Sean Robinson, and that offensive line who have been led well by Lamorris Dillard there at center. But we talk about the passing game here. Matt Wise, big games here the last couple of weeks, as well as Devin Tufts. They have been outstanding, especially on those slant plays, picking up yards after the catch.
Absolutely, and that's the key to that. I'll tell you what, that defense is doing a great job of an offense. It's the line all the time, so we just got to do what you got to do. So
Defensively for Cleveland, you have to mention Robert Littlejohn, two interceptions in as many weeks, and they've almost been on the exact same plays, playing underneath and right near the line of scrimmage. He's had an eye for that. 2 good returns and set up the Cobras offense very well, but the Cobra defense has been in that position all year long, as they really have not allowed a whole lot of points, but they were waiting for the offense to catch up, and that seems to be what have happened now coming in to week 1 of the playoffs.
Absolutely. And, and sometimes the defense usually takes, it's just get quarterback. So the offense sometimes takes a while to click, even though you do have veterans and stuff out there. So I think now offensively and defensively they've really balanced out.
A little Coach Noble in there, get quarterback.
Get quarterback.
And for the Cuyahoga offense, you talk about Jordan Jones at quarterback. He's been outstanding, but it's been the two-headed running monsters there, or two-headed monster in the running back field. Monte Taylor and a guy that we're familiar with, Emmett Calhoun, have done a great job there, as well as the offensive line. You really have to talk about the offensive lines on both sides. But the offense for the Rapids has gotten points when they needed to. Again, came down to a close game on the road week 1. The kicking game, special teams coming in very important. But the offense, very disciplined.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, I look at this game, whoever has the ball last could be your winner. But you want to be ahead of the game going late into the fourth quarter, force the other team to long drive, the whole field, do what they got to do. So this is going to be, I hope, we're praying that this is a well-balanced football game. So this is, teams are coming out on the field.
Take a look at the offense and for both teams. The Cobras 4th in scoring in the PAFL. The Rapids 6th. Defensively, Cobras ranked number 2 in points allowed, and the Rapids number 4. So while it's not exactly perfect, it's in the same neighborhood.
Yep, absolutely. So
15 minutes up on the board, Coach. We had a couple minutes there. They're going to wipe that off, and I think everybody's a little excited to get this one going.
They are going, and Rapids will be receiving the kickoff, the opening kickoff. So we'll see what our special teams could do, because that's sometimes takes a while to get going. But I'll tell you what, they really they have to shore that up. There was a little bit of long runs they had, so we'll get it done.
Yep, Ben Lyons getting ready to kick this one off. Talk about special teams. That's how the Rapids won game 1 on a 33-yard field goal. So special teams very important there, especially in these close games. Both teams with very good kickers, as we will see Ben Lyons back, as it'll be Spooney and fielding back to return. And it'll be Anthony Spooney. He's going to pick this one up at the 19 and bring it to the far side. He'll head towards the Rapids sideline. Outpours the 40. Near midfield, he's got one man to beat on the angle. He'll cut back to the inside and brought down near the 25-yard line. And that's where the Rapids will start off. 1st and 10 as we get this game underway. And the kickoff team has shown some holes, Coach. Yeah. Gave up a touchdown to the Cleveland Rams, and now the Rapids are going to start on the Cobra side of the field.
The problem that I see is they're not staying in their lanes. They're squeezing down on that outside. They can't be beyond the hashes, and one guy's got to be on the outside, but they come to where the ball is, and the receiver always goes wide, and that's what happened. They get them out of position.
Well, they're going to mark the ball right at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. Just getting underway here, 14:49 on the clock. As it will be, I believe that's going to be Jordan Jones at quarterback. Can't really see the numbers, Coach. We talked about these a little tough for the Rapids. And 3-step drop, looking out to the left, fires down into the corner of the end zone, and it's going to be caught. Is it in? And they're going to say touchdown. First offensive play of the game. The Rapids get into the end zone on a 25-yard touchdown pass. Try to get a number for you on the reception. Again, we're having a little bit of trouble with these numbers.
Darwin Finley looks like the number, Jim, looked like 88.
Okay, Darwin Finley. That would make complete sense, actually.
Make that the 84. Absolutely.
The wide receiver for the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. First play of the game. They get in the end zone on a 25-yard touchdown pass. 14:40 left here in the first quarter. Cobras trail 6-0.
Yeah, he ran what he looked like almost like a post corner, because he jabbed inside. The corner safety bit on it, and then he went to the outside. Good throw by the quarterback. Laid it right in there.
We will flip sides of the field here for the extra point. Of course, we talk week in and week out about the kicking of the extra points.
If you kick to our right, you will be kicking into somebody's bathroom or bedroom. We're not sure.
And they're out there having a nice time watching the game, sitting there having a few adult beverages, it looks like. And
watching this one for free, so we get ready for the extra point. Low snap, rolling on the ground. Fire called. It's going to be passed over the middle, incomplete. And our score will remain 6-0 with 14:40 left here in the first quarter. And not the way you want to start out if you're the Cleveland Cobras.
Well, here's the other thing. I've been watching the center in pregame, and he's rolling them back, and it just didn't look sharp. And I thought that could be a definite no-no against them. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. He practically rolled it back, and then it fell apart from there. Timing is so essential when it comes to the snap on a punter and the extra point. So. Again, a lot of teams don't work on that, and special teams are, as I always said, you work on it hard because it's a third of the game.
Tyree Knight and Matthew Wise back to return for the Cobras. Talked about both of these individuals in the pregame. They have been on fire again. Some fearless receivers coming across that middle. But it's been the yards after the catch for those two that have been the big element for that Cleveland offense. Bobby Rhodes Jr. to kick off for the Rapids here. 14:40 left here, first quarter. And this one will remain low on the ground. Picked up by Wise. Wise making it out to the 40, maybe the 41, depending on what they give him credit for. And that's where the Cobras will start offensively. 1st and 10 with 14:34 left here. First quarter, Cobras trailing 6-0.
Yeah, they had the wall set up to this side, and I'll tell you what, if those blockers could have got in front of him a little bit, but he kind of dusted the 4 guys that were running to the outside. So I think if he would have kind of got behind him, it would have been a lot better and more yardage. But here we go now. We've got to get the offense and slap Thomas going. Thompson.
They'll mark this one actually at the 42-yard line, as T.J. Johnson and D'Angelo Thompson will be the outside receivers to the far side. It'll be Knight and Wise to the near side. Thompson in the shotgun. He'll have Robinson to his left. Hand this one off to Robinson, trying to fight his way forward. They picked up a yard or two on the play. And it'll be second down now for the Cleveland Cobras. We talked about Robinson in recent weeks. He's done a great job getting his shoulder square and getting upfield.
Well, I can see right now that line's got to dig in, and they got to open those holes because Cuyahoga is just flying all over the place. So we got to do what we got to do.
Zone blocking there on that play coach there. Everybody stepping to the right.
Yep, absolutely.
So 2nd and 9 will give him credit for one. Twin receivers, 2 by 2. Thompson in the shotgun. Robinson to his right this time. They'll work from the left hash. 13:55 left here, first quarter. 6-0 is the Rapids lead as Thompson with the hard count. He'll wait for the snap. Quick pass out to the far side. That'll be Wise. Wise moving upfield, and he'll get out near the 42-yard line. He'll take a shot into the Cobra sideline, and that should be enough for a Cleveland first down.
Yeah, with the 2 receivers out there, the DB got hung up. He didn't know where the ball was going, so he got it, and he tiptoed down that sideline. He's got a little extra on it.
Clock will continue to run as it will be 1st and 10. They're going to mark this at the 44 on the Rapid side of the field. Cobras in plus territory now. They'll go 2 by 2. Bo Thompson's out to the far side. Knight and Wise to our near side. Slap Thompson in the shotgun. Robinson to his right. Thompson with the hard count. Hands it off to Robinson. Robinson going to fight his way forward near the 41-yard line. Flag on the play. And they're going to say encroachment against the Rapids. So we'll see if they're going to accept this. Would make sense. I think they picked up 4 on the play, but yeah, they'll mark this at the 38-yard line now.
So you still got first down. So you get 1st and 5.
We'll see where they're going to mark it. Chain crew trying to catch up a little bit here. Same formation, 2 by 2. We always love the chain crew here. Not bad for union work. As Robinson now, he'll remain at the running back position to the right of Thompson. Now mark the ball at the 38. 12:35 left here, first quarter. Movement over to the right. Sanson going to move at the right tackle. And he was looking around like he thought he was right and everybody else was wrong.
He said, sometimes Slap gets his own men. That's just how that goes. But it threw the count off, or hard counter. We had about 3 guys moving, the rest of them going, where are you going?
Interestingly enough, this is kind of we'll go do some algebra, some plus minus.
Yes.
Yeah, give 5, they'll take away 5. As Thompson again in the shotgun, Robinson to his right. They're going to be, I believe it's going to be 2nd and 9. The yard marker has not changed. Thompson with the hard count this time. We'll see if he'll pull it off. The quick pass, shoulder fake, stepping up in the pocket, has plenty of room to work, and tried to get it to T.J. Johnson over the middle, but threw it into the turf. And that'll bring up 3rd down now for the Cobras. They're actually going to say 2nd down.
Yeah. That penalty, it was 1st down.
Okay, well, they had it outside. 1st and 9. Okay, all right, we're going to get the math right.
Yeah, which was 1st and 10.
All right.
So that should be 2nd and 10.
Under 12 minutes to play here, first quarter. Rapids with a 6-0 lead. They score on their first offensive play of the game, a 25-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, on that pass, Slap was running to his right, and he just didn't square his shoulders up and get that there. So
Jordan Jones getting this one started. As Thompson now in the shotgun. Robinson will remain to his right. Receivers 2 by 2, 11:29 left here, first quarter. Thompson with the hard count again. He'll plant, look downfield, and a little miscommunication there as it looked like Tyree Knight went to the inside, and it looks like Thompson was looking for somebody closer to the sideline.
Yeah, so our offense has got to settle down here, and he knows it. He's shaking his head. He knew he had him.
Well, some room to work there. Couldn't connect on it. 3rd down now for Cleveland, 11:20 left here in first quarter.
You know, even the veterans sometimes get a little rattled.
Sometimes it looks just too easy.
Yeah, well, the defender, there was a high-low on the defender, and in all honesty, he had to get it over to that short defender, and that's why it sailed on him.
We're looking here at a great matchup here. This is going to be between Taylor Johnson and Josh Davis over on that left side of the Cleveland offense. Davis, almost a wide 9 technique there. As that 4-man front for the Rapids. Thompson, 3 receivers to his right this time. Thompson back to pass, fires out over the middle. That's going to be caught again, and he'll be brought down near the 35-yard line. And again, on that slant, D'Angelo Thompson is going to give the Cobras another first down.
Yeah, it was a great job. I'll tell you what. Had plenty of time in the pocket. He made that break, and in that on that slant, it was just kind of maybe a deep post slant is all it was. It was about 15 and then cut across. So, outstanding job.
I'll mark this at the 29-yard line, 10:15. Here's the clock continues to run. First quarter action if you're just joining us here on Western Reserve Radio. All across the iMedia One network. Robinson now going to move from Thompson's left to his right hip. Receivers 2 by 2. Johnson and Thompson will be the receivers to our near side. Thompson waiting for the snap. Under 10 minutes to play here. He'll give it, actually going to pull it himself. Roll out to the far side. Has a guy open over the middle. And Matt Wise couldn't trap it and bring it in. And the clock will stop briefly with 9:47 left here in the first quarter.
Well, he scrambled to the right, and the receiver was just sitting right down, and that's hard.
Yeah, you'd like to see actually him go back to the ground there.
Yeah.
With Robinson. We've watched Robinson in recent weeks. He's had a little bit of more of an increased role, and he has done a great job. Again, he's a one-cut and get upfield type running back. Now T.J. Johnson and Robinson will be in the backfield to go max protection. Robinson in the shotgun, twin receivers to his right. Matt Wise will be one-on-one with Sham Wright. Thompson waiting for the snap. He'll get it out to Wise. Wise trying to make one move, gets inside the 25, and he'll slip one tackle and get inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. And that should be close to another first down. We'll see if they give it to him. Indeed, they will. Clock will continue to run here. 9:02 left, first quarter. Cobras trying to answer the Rapids touchdown. Back to the line is Thompson. Johnson to his right, Robinson to his left. They'll give it to Robinson. Robinson with nowhere to go. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. Dustin Dye came in untouched. And they're going to lose a couple yards on that one.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, if you're going to run out a little bit wide on that offensive line has got to step right and work to their outside. That just did not happen.
Well, take a look at here on the replay here, right through there and through the gap. I don't think they anticipated Dye was going to be fast enough to chase him down from behind, but
well, the guard had a little bit of cement feet there. He's got to step hard to the right if it's going that way and get his inside shoulder and get him turned.
Pistol formation now. T.J. Johnson to the right of Thompson. Robinson will be the tailback. Twin receivers to the right. Cobras moving right to left on your device if you're listening on the iMedia One Network app. Pitch to the outside. Robinson going to cut back in, and he'll make it down near the 21-yard line. He'll get back a couple of those yards, not a whole lot here. Under 8 minutes to play here, first quarter. And that's going to bring up third down now for Cleveland.
Yeah, it scares me, that toss. But, I always like to run stretch on these plays, but that's okay. Slap can't get there. He's told me that his knee is all right, no problem. He's just wearing a brace for precaution. But when you wear a brace on one of your legs, you just can't be out there real quick. It just takes time, so that's why they run that toss.
Well, we hope so. You see the panic on the coaching staff when on their face when he runs. So
yeah.
So 3 receivers to the near side now. It'll be Thompson, Knight, and Wise. Robinson to the right of Thompson. Single receiver to the far side. 3rd and 13 now for the Cobras here. Just about 7 minutes to play here. First quarter. Thompson. High snap brings it down. He's going to throw this one over the middle. Caught by D'Angelo Thompson into the end zone. And that's going to be a 22-yard touchdown pass for Slap Thompson to D'Angelo Thompson. And the Cobras answer the Rapids touchdown. We are all tied up at 6.
Yeah, the linebacker was sitting right there, and for whatever reason, he gave up on the play, and he was able to get behind him and Slap threw it right where it needed to be, and he walked into the end zone. Again, the linebacker just kind of sort of like gave up on that, which I don't understand. That would have been Mark Hale. He was right there. If he had run a little bit with him, it would have been a harder throw.
So Ben Lyons on for the extra point. C.J. Hale to hold. Under 7 minutes to play here, first quarter. Low snap on the ground, fire call, and it's going to be no good, and our score will remain tied at 6. 6:56 left here, first quarter. Cobras tied this one up at 6. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
Nina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
.656 left here, first quarter. Cobras tied the game up at 6 as they could not convert on the extra point. Ben Lyons to kick this one off. It'll be Anthony Spooney back to return as Little John will replace Matt Fetter. No, Little John will come off as well. So we're going to play with 10 to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I guess that's all we need. As the Lions will boot this one high, and it'll be fielded near the 16-yard line. Spooney palming the ball, and he'll be brought down near the 35-yard line. And I don't know if you like the way you're carrying that ball, Coach.
Yeah.
The coaches might want to have a little word with him on that.
That's your idea. It's dangerous doing it that you can't do that. I will tell you that. But it was good coverage. They stayed in their lanes more, and that's what I like to see on the replay. Yeah, and that's exactly what they did. Up top, they stayed in their lanes. He had nowhere to go, so he had to kick back this way. So, great job by the special teams.
Not a bad job, because I don't know if they had 11 out there.
No, they had 10. I kept counting, and Little John wanted to go out, and they kept saying no. So,
yeah, Federer came out. He was replaced by Little John. Little John then came out. So, Abe Taylor, Donovan Mormon, and Ambrose Picorni going to be your front three for the Cobras. 1st and 10 for the Rapids at their own 35-yard line. 6:48 left here, first quarter. We are all tied up at 6. 2 receivers at the far side. 2 running backs in the backfield. Kev Fortson one-on-one on this side as they'll hand this one off on a counter. Going to break a tackle, had some room to run, but is going to lose a yard or two on the play. As they had a lot going on in the backfield there, Coach. It never really seemed to develop.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, they did a good job. They slowed him down, and he ended up, instead of probably a 5-yard loss, he still had a 2-yard loss. So there was a whole bunch of Cobras lassoed him. Again, we're trying to arm tackle here. Sometimes you just got to throw that shoulder into him and pound him.
2nd and 11 for the Cobras. 6:15 left here, first quarter. We are all tied up at 6. Both quarterbacks hitting a touchdown pass. As Jordan Jones out in the shotgun, 2 backs with him back there. Single receiver to the near side. Again, one-on-one with Kev Fortson. Fortson will back off as Jones on the option, tried to cut back to the inside. He has some room to run, and he'll be brought down near the 43. He'll be short of a first down, but it'll be a little bit more manageable for the Rapids.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, they had him in the backfield, but I'll tell you what, very elusive. Planted his foot, went inside and then cut back outside, and he ended up getting about, I'm going to say 7 yards or better on that carry.
Rapids now going to send 2 wide receivers out to the far side. It's going to be tight, and they'll go for a push. We'll get a flag, and it's going to be an illegal procedure on the Rapids. That will push him back 5, so going to make it a 3rd and just about 6 now for what should be the home team, but we are, of course, here at the Snake Pit, home of the Cleveland Cobras. They'll mark the ball at the 39-yard line as we approach the 5-minute mark of the first quarter, all tied up at 6. The Steel City Bobcats and the Youngstown Patricians over on Western Reserve Radio 2. Mark Means, Matt Marr, Dave Clark. We'll talk about him in a minute.
Absolutely.
And Dave Ferris over there pushing the buttons, hopefully keeping an eye on us, making sure we sound okay.
Dave loves pushing buttons.
Yeah, sure does. I think he likes to push Mark's buttons sometimes.
Nah.
A lot of fun there. How could you not? I always said if you can get a Dave, get a Dave.
Absolutely.
Twin receivers out to the left now of Jones. Single receiver to the near side. Back to pass, looking out to his left, fires over the middle. And it's going to be almost intercepted. Almost picked off by Quay Harris. But not to be here, as it'll be 4th down now for the Rapids, as we have about 4.5 minutes left to play here, first quarter. And the underneath players, the linebackers outside, they've done a great job in the last couple weeks. Again, we talked about Robert Littlejohn. 2 interceptions near the line of scrimmage in the last 2 weeks. He's reading well.
Yeah, absolutely he is. And I'll tell you what, I liked what I saw because he dropped back. Linebackers got where they were. They were back about 10, 15 yards, and they planted. And quarterback didn't see him, and that could have been really close to getting intercepted.
Bobby Rhodes Jr. back to punt, the hero of game 1 here. He'll get this one away. That'll be a spiraling punt. Landing inside the 20, picked up by Tyree Knight. Knight with a little room to run, looking to the inside. He'll get past the 30 and be brought down near the 33-yard line. And that's where Cleveland will start at 1st and 10 with 3:42 left here, first quarter. We are all tied up at 6 apiece.
Yeah, that was a good job. That was a good run. He saw that it took a bad bounce, but he was able to scoop it up and get some yardage, and that's what you're after.
Love to have Tyree Knight with the ball in the open field, as they will mark this at the 35, actually. Clock stop with 3:42 left here, first quarter on the change of possession. Robinson will remain at the running back position. Wise and T.J. Johnson will be the receivers to the near side. Go twin receivers to the far side. It'll be D'Angelo Thompson, Tyree Knight. Robinson with the count. Thompson with the count. Robinson to his left. They'll give it to Robinson. Robinson held up at the line. Nowhere to go. Trey Hollenshed blocking out the sun and taking Robinson down.
Yeah, he engulfed him. And then he went down. So, again, I like that they're testing the waters inside and outside. So,
we look at the front line here of the Rapids defense, and it is, quite frankly, for lack of a better word, enormous.
Yeah, that's what you like those guys because it takes up the A and the B gap. That's a good thing.
Hollenshed, Josh Davis, and Dustin Dye on that front 4. All not small people. As we'll go 2 by 2 now with the receivers, under 3 minutes to play. Thompson in the shotgun. Robinson remaining in to the left side. Seeing some extensive time here today, here in week 1 of the playoffs. Thompson with the play action. Fires over the middle. Caught by Matt Wise. Past the 45, down near the 47. And that'll be just enough for a Cleveland first down as we approach the 2.5-minute mark here, first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, all that was like a 15-yard in, and he split the DBs on that one, and he stays on his feet. It's house time, so that's a good job. Slap Thompson put it right in there. I mean, he threw a bullet at him, and he got him.
And we talked about the yards after catch with this receiving core the last several weeks.
A little bit of yak there.
Absolutely. As we approach the 2-minute mark here, first quarter, Thompson in the shotgun. Robinson will remain in. T.J. Johnson will be the slot to the left. He'll be next to Matt Wise. Twin receivers to the far side. Thompson giving some last-second instructions here. Pressure being shown by the Rapids. Up front 4. The linebackers will back out just a little bit. And Thompson may have got him. We got a flag, and it might be a free play downfield. And it's going to be caught inside the 25, down near the 20, fighting his way in there, trying to battle 2 Rapids for the ball.
Still going.
And we're going to get a whistle, and I'm sure the Cobras are going to decline that penalty as they'll be in the red zone here with 1:36 left here in the first quarter.
What? I'll tell you what, he went up there and stole that ball because they both had their hands on it. He brought it down, and I'll tell you what, and then when he hits, then his feet hit, and he just kept on going. Great play.
Attacking the ball at its highest point. You always preach that here as they mark the ball at the 11. So 1st and 10 in the red zone for Cleveland. 1:18 left here first quarter.
And that's on both sides of the ball. We taught it as a receiver and as a DB. You know, that ball's in the air. That's as much as yours as it is theirs.
Cobras now going to go 3 receivers to the left of Thompson. Robinson will be to his right hip. Tyree Knight will be one-on-one to the far side. 1st and 10. Thompson will try to draw him off again here. Under a minute to play here, first quarter. We are all tied up at 6 points apiece.
No one in the center of the field, Jim.
Robinson with the ball. May have picked up a yard on the play. Depends on the old right foot, left foot, as you like to call it.
Yep.
That'll bring up 2nd down. Did they give him credit for 2 yards?
I don't know what.
I know one of the yard markers moved. They shouldn't have. But.
Yeah, I don't know what they've gone. I'll tell you what, I would come right back out with that formation, and then I would ride that play again because the receiver on the right side was wide open, but they're going to just let her calm down, and so you're going to get a quarter end.
10 seconds left here, first quarter. They will let it tick away. We will step aside for a break. We come back. Second quarter action here from Lakewood. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network. Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
To the stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
A fresh 15 up on the board as we get ready for second quarter action here from Lakewood. All tied up at 6. We'll flip sides of the field, and the Cobras in striking distance. And for the Cobras, defense stands up. They force the Rapids to punt. Cobras, they are on the move.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, just be patient here. Just, you could get a first down probably on about probably 2-yard line. So don't go greedy here.
Yeah, it looked like they had it marked at the 11 on this side, but it'll be the 12 on this side. No. So, again, like I said, not bad for union work. As we'll have the ball at the 11-yard line. So, 3 receivers to the left of Thompson. Robinson will remain in. Matt Wise will be one-on-one against Sham Wright. They'll move. on the right side of the field, not quite at the hash. Movement up front. Thompson trying to draw them off again. Back to pass. Fires out into the corner, and it's going to be caught.
Great
near
catch.
the 1 yard line. We'll see.
Wow.
And Matt Wise with another great catch here. And is that enough for a Cleveland first down? If it is, that will make it first and goal.
No.
They're going to say just short.
Short.
All right. So third down and 1 for Cleveland. Great situation for them. They do have a field goal kicker today in Ben Lyons, so some options there if you want to go for the field goal.
I see what we do on third down. That's all. If we don't get the first, just get the points. Got to get the points.
So 3 receivers to the left this time. And Wise will be to the right. Thompson in a shotgun. Robinson to his right. Call it 3rd and 1. They can get a first down at the 1 yard line as Thompson will send a man in high motion. Pitch to the outside. It's Tyree Knight, and he'll be wrapped up outside the 5. And we'll see where they're going to mark it. And it looks like they're going to mark him at the 8 yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th down for Cleveland. And if you're the Cobras, decision time now. You have Ben Lyons. Yeah, I think I have to agree with you, Coach. If you take the 3, and I think they're going to agree with you.
Yeah, just take the 3. Get the 3. I don't like that play. Yeah.
And we're going to have to flip sides of the field here. With 13:33 left here, second quarter, all tied up at 6. Ben Lyons now to come on for a 25-yard field goal. I'll mark the ball at the 8.
What happened was when he went into motion, I was watching the linebacker end on that side. As soon as he looked right, what the issue was is that end crashed. If he would have then held the ball up and ran a counter with the running back, he would have walked in the end zone. It looked like it was wide open, but they were ready for him on this strong side here, and they got clobbered.
So Cleveland, 13:33 left here, second quarter. Looking at a 25-yard field goal from Ben Lyons, third-year Cobra.
Well, the only thing I worry about right now, Jim, is the snap. If they can get the snap down and get it back there, this should be a chip shot for him. But on both sides of the ball, and for us all year, the snaps have been not well.
And that has been around the league.
Yeah.
Not specific, but it's going to be Malik Gaddy as the long snapper. C.J. Hale, the holder. Lyons, the kicker. As the clock will now start with 13:20 left here. Lions will line this one up. Ball in the center of the field. As Gaddy waiting for the signal. Nice snap. Kick is up.
There it is.
And it is good. 13:06 left here in the second quarter. Cleveland takes a 9-6 lead, Coach, and you talked about it.
Wait a minute. We have a flag. He did get him off sides. What do? That will...
Now it's decision time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, if they accept the penalty and they want to go for it, we're going to have to flip to the other side of the field. So Coach Adam Rogerson out there talking to our officials.
Yeah.
And he says we're going to take the field goal.
Yeah, I agree with them because they would have been too far back and they wouldn't have gotten a first down over it. So smart move. Don't take the points off. Force them to go down and score because, again, I've watched these snaps have not been good.
So 13:06 left here, second quarter. Cobras take a 9-6 lead over the Rapids. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
The stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
13:06 left here, second quarter. Cobras with a 9-6 lead by way of a 25-yard field goal from Ben Lyons. And as we were setting up for the kick return, the Rapids had to take a timeout.
Yeah, I think they were looking at maybe setting up, obviously set up a play on this. That's all. And Cobras got to beware. They did a nice job the last time. They stay in their lanes, and that's what they got to do. That front line's got to stay in their lanes, just get around their blocks, and then just again. You got to keep 2 or 3 people, no more than at center of the field. The rest of, they could squeeze on that other side.
So Ben Lyons to take care of the kicking duties here as we come out of the Rapids timeout. This one going to be a low kick, fielded at the 45-yard line, looking for room to run. And he'll break it back to the inside and run into 3 green jerseys, and they'll mark it down near the 48 as Robert Littlejohn and company bring him down. Trying to get a number 4 on the return. Mark Hale, the Rapids linebacker. I don't know if he was expecting that one.
No, I don't think so. And I wasn't expecting us to do that, but they punched it through. But unfortunately, he kicked it right to that right behind the line there.
Taylor, Lightfoot, and Picorni, the front 3 now for Cleveland. They'll be backed up by Federer and Littlejohn. Gaddy working the defensive side of the ball the last couple of weeks. And it's made it a little bit easier for transition with the development of Robinson, who's become a bigger part of this Cleveland offense.
Absolutely. You know what? Plug me in where I can help, and that's what we got.
So new quarterback in here. It's going to be James Cooney, former Cleveland Cobra here, was with the Cobras earlier in the season. But 1st and 10 from the 48. Cooney back to pass. Looking downfield, fires downfield, has a man open, overthrew him. And the back judge, with a little bit of help there, maybe gets on his way. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, though, and the ball will fall incomplete with 12:52 left here, second quarter.
Well, the back judge might have helped a little bit, but I don't think he was going to be able to get underneath there because it looked like he threw it maybe 5 yards past where it's at. We'll check the replay here, and oh, yeah. Let's make that almost 7 yards over his head. So I don't think he would have been able to turn that jet on that
It was
quick.
close.
Yeah. For a hand grenade.
And horseshoes and hand grenades.
That's it, man.
The Rapids will go 3 receivers tight to the right side of Cooney. They'll go with it tight end to the left as well. 1 running back behind James Cooney. They'll hand it off up the middle, room to run past the midfield stripe. And he'll be brought down inside the 40, down at the 37-yard line. And that's enough for a Rapids first down.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that opened up. They did a nice job up front, and he found the hole. And then he just trying to lasso him. That's a great run.
So, again, this is game 2 here on the iMedia One Network today. They had the Steel City Bobcats and the Youngstown Patricians over on Western Reserve Radio 2. Mark Means, Matt Marr, Dave Ferris. These Bobcats were well in control as Cooney will have 2 receivers to each side of the offense this time. Cooney back to pass. He'll fire out to the right, and it'll be caught. And Littlejohn going to run up and bring him down near the 36-yard line. Kind of an awkward tackle there, but nonetheless, it'll be a second down now for the Rapids.
It looked like he had 9-foot arms. I mean, he reached that big arm out. I really thought he was going to overrun it because he didn't gear down, but he got that paw on him, and he was able to throw him down.
I always think about Jason Taylor, former Miami Dolphin and New York Jet, in terms of the way he's built. Very long.
And Akron University.
Yeah, absolutely. How ironic. As Cooney now will change something there at the offensive line. He'll have 1 tailback behind him, 2 receivers to each side. Cooney back to pass, fires out to the left. That's going to be caught near the 32. He'll fight to the inside and brought down near the 26-yard line. And I believe that's going to be Dylan Exton on the reception for the Rapids.
I'll tell you what, up front, unfortunately, the Cobras front 3 just ain't going to get through there. They were like a solid wall, so that's outstanding. And speaking of Jason Taylor, a coach that I was able to, he was our head coach at Volden Junior High School, played football with JT at Akron. Nate Boyd, he's down in the Carolinas now, enjoying life.
Cooney now with 3 receivers to his right, single receiver to the left. That'll be Exton. Cooney taking his time here. 10-10 left here, second quarter. Cobras with a 9-6 lead. Rapids on the move. That'll be first down now. Cooney up that ball on the ground, and he's going to pick it up and go down in the backfield. Cooney, the beneficiary of a good bounce for him.
Yeah.
And he'll lose a couple yards on the play, but the Rapids will keep the ball. They're going to mark this one back at the 33-yard line. They're going to have to get to the 18-yard line for a first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, that thing, I want to tell you something. I thought he gave the motion man to it. I was looking there. I did not see. So I don't know if there was a missed handoff and it put it on the carpet, but he got me fooled.
Ball security an issue there. As now they'll mark the ball at the 38-yard line. So second down. Having to get to the 18-yard line for a first down. 3 receivers to the right. Cooney will remain in at quarterback. Single receiver to the left. That'll be Exton again. Handoff this time. He'll pull it out to the far side. It's going to be caught. Emmett Calhoun to the inside again. He'll be inside the 15, brought down near the 10 or 11-yard line. And that's plenty enough for a Rapids first down.
I disagree with where he was playing. He was at least 15 yards off that receiver. I watched him snapping the ball. He went into his drop. Well, receiver took 2 steps and sat there. And I'll tell you what, he wasn't going to make up that ground, even though there was a long throw.
Right back to the line, 1st and 10 for Cuyahoga Falls. 8:34 left here, second quarter. Handoff this time straight up the middle. He'll run it through a couple of green jerseys, drive his legs, and be just short of the end zone. Might have made it down to the 2-yard line. They can get a first down at the 1. We'll see what they're saying. It's going to be second down, just short.
Yep.
And we'll mark it at the 3. As the officials will give Cleveland a timeout. 8:10 left here, second quarter. Cobras with a 9-6 lead. Rapids knocking at the door. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Nina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia One Network, Youngstown, Ohio.
Cobras take a timeout, try to collect themselves here as it'll be second and just about 2 from the 3-yard line here. Rapids can get a first down at the 2-yard line. 8:10 left here, second quarter. Cobras take the 9-6 lead by way of a Ben Lyons 25-yard field goal. But the Rapids knocking on the door, Coach.
Well, the defense has got to tighten up right now. I mean, they got – I'm going to the end zone right now. They got 2 downs to get a yard and a half.
Cooney under center, I formation here, Coach. Don't see this very often. No, fullback. And he'll go tight. Actually, they're going to go split backs now. Wing to the left and a wing to the right. Cooney goes down. The ball came loose, but I believe he's going to recover it. And no call here as the Cobras still waiting.
Looks like the Cobras,
and waiting for the officials. Donovan Mormon comes out with the ball, but have we gotten a call from the officials?
Well,
they're going to stand back in the back of the end zone and talk about this one.
Yeah, we're going to huddle, so
this is going to be a big call as the Rapids were knocking on the door. Clock is stopped at 7:40 left here in second quarter.
Yeah.
And they're going to say fumble. Cleveland gets the turnover and turns the Rapids away. They'll keep the 9-6 lead. When they take over first down, their backs will be at their own end zone.
That's all right. I'll tell you what, you know as well as I, Jim, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in that underneath that.
I wonder how many times it changed hands, but for Cooney, that is the second fumble on that drive.
Yeah, absolutely. great job. Now, all they got to do is be patient here. Get some push, get some yardage here. You got plenty of time. You got 7:40. Let's get a drive together. Don't go out there throwing the ball where, you could cause a interception this close to the goal line. Just do what you got to do.
And Donovan Mormon, I think they had to convince him to give the ball back.
Yeah, he wanted to take it home, put it in his trunk.
Trophy case for the
absolutely
nose guard there. 7:40 left here. Thompson in the shotgun. T.J. Johnson to his right. Twin receivers to the near side. They'll go wing to the left, single receiver to the far side. Rapids with one high safety as Thompson waiting for the snap from about 8 yards in his end zone. High snap, back to pass, and it's going to be thrown out, almost picked off, tipped away, and kicked away into the Rapids sideline. Amari Mitchell had a shot at that, and you could see he knew he had his fingers on it, but couldn't bring it in.
Well, he had his fingers on it, then his fingers on it, then his toe on it. 3 times he touched that ball before it went out of bounds. So, got to be careful on those.
Well, as we watch the replay, the ball bounced around. It had a dangerous play on 1st and 10 for Cleveland. 2nd and 10 now. They'll mark the ball at the 2-yard line. I believe that's going to be the 2 from our angle. Indeed, it will. 7:14 left here. The clock will continue to run. Twin receivers to each side. Thompson in the shotgun. T.J. Johnson to his right. Cobras moving left to right if you're listening in on the iMedia One Network app. Thompson, good snap. Back to pass. Fires out over the middle. And it's going to be thrown behind Matt Wise. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Cleveland. And if Thompson, you say if or maybe, if that ball leads him a little bit.
Yeah, that's
he only had the safety to beat.
Yeah, and he at least would have got a first down on that. I'll tell you what. Wow, he just missed that.
So 3rd down now for Cleveland as their backs are to their own end zone. Clock continues to run. 6:50 left here in this first half. Cobras fending off the Rapids drive there with a turnover. Cooney fumbling at the line. Thought they were actually going to call him down on a knee, Coach. There. Now I'm sitting reflecting on it.
Right.
But Thompson now, again with T.J. Johnson to his right. 6.5 minutes to play here, first half. Week 1 of the PFL playoffs. Are going to have some movement up front. And I think they're going to have Kevin Clayton before the false start. So that's going to be half the distance to the goal. It'll still be 3rd down. Not much really there in the way of a penalty.
Right.
And it looks like Dre Carr is going to come in, and Clayton will have to go to the sideline and reflect on his indiscretion.
Fireside chat, buddy, Coach.
Who does that?
Oh. Did you ever make a mistake like that?
Never.
And come to the sidelines thinking, I'm good.
Never happened. Never happened. Under 6 minutes to play here, though, first half, before I have to go back to therapy. Empty backfield is Slap Thompson in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Back to pass. Thompson looking over the middle. He's got a receiver open. It's going to be caught and brought down at the 35-yard line. Cleveland with the big play gets out of the shadow of their own end zone, gets a first down, and the drive continues for the Cobras after the turnover.
Well, what they got to do with that, Jim, is when there's no safety or one high, that's what you got to do is run a double go route off the hash marks, and there's nobody there. So if he beats the defender, it's wide open, and that's exactly what happened.
Sham right on the tackle, saving that one. Nice touch on the ball from Slap Thompson.
Yeah, and he's missed a couple, so thank God he got that one in there.
So 1st and 10 for Cleveland at the 35-yard line. Empty backfield again. Thompson in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the right of Thompson. Thompson pointing some things out. And he'll be back to pass. Fires over the middle. Got Wise again. Wise with yards after the catch. And he'll be brought down at the 48. On the negative side of the field, but another great catch by Matt Wise, who's had a great last 2 or 3 weeks.
I'll tell you what, he made a couple cuts. I really thought that he might be getting to the sidelines and been off to the races. But he's a very exciting young man. I'll tell you what, he does a great job.
Great personality as well. Very happy to be here. Loves the game as he will line up now as the receiver out wide to the right of Thompson. They're going to stay in the empty set as he'll take a 3-step drop, fires over the middle, and that's going to be caught at the 32-yard line. And the Cobras on the move, picking up big chunks of yards.
I'll tell you what, Slap fit that in there because there were two defenders right on him. That was outstanding.
Well, we have the capability now of taking a look back here, but again, that empty backfield. As they'll look at that slot receiver right down in there between the safety and the corner, or the linebacker, excuse me, as Thompson waits for the snap. Shoulder fake, under pressure, sidearms it out to Wise. Wise will be brought down in the backfield, being a loss on the play. Sham Wright read that one well, nowhere for Wise to go.
Yeah, to be honest with Jim, I don't like that play with them. They seem not to be able to get anything out of it. I think they need to scrub that or look like they're going to throw it and then throw it somewhere else because it's not working for them today.
Well, and you had a receiver on the inside in the slot there watching as well. So didn't get a block to set up for Matt Wise to work off of. Nonetheless, 3:23 left here, first half. Cobras with a 9-6 lead after the Rapids fumble inside the 5. Cobras on the move, but it is second down and long now. They have to get to the 21 for a first down. Empty backfield again. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. As Thompson waits for the snap, got some movement up front. We'll get a flag, and it's going to be a false start coming up against Cleveland.
Yeah, receiver top side.
And I think Taylor Johnson
admits
that it was him.
Well, I think he's over there with a little chat with the line judge over on the sidelines there, saying it wasn't me. I didn't do that.
And that's the first lesson in being a lineman: never admit guilt.
Yeah, you know that, don't you?
Absolutely. No holding, no offsides, never happened.
Never chop block anybody
nope,
either.
Never happened.
Never
did you say chop block with Mark listening? Oh, no. He's going to get me. So we'll go empty backfield again. Thompson, Johnson. And we don't know who 0 is. C.J. Hale's usually number 0 here, but I'm told he was wearing number 1. But all right, nonetheless, Thompson in the shotgun. No high safety here at all for the Rapids. As Thompson with the long call. Back to pass. Looks down, pump fakes. On to run. And he's going to throw this one over. It's going to be intercepted by the Rapids. And he'll go out of bounds near the 31. And that's going to be Anthony Spooney with the interception. Spooney has been around several years, a great player there, former Ohio Gladiator, I believe. And it'll be first down for the Rapids. 2:04 left here, first half.
Yeah, it's just should have never threw that ball. Throw it out of bounds.
Yep.
Throw it out of bounds.
Maybe trying to do a little bit too much there.
Yep. I mean, again, 70 yards away from a touchdown, but you got 2:04. They're going to get the 2-minute warning on the next play, so plenty of time.
So first and 10 for the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. They'll mark the ball at the 30. 2:04. A lot of times, you said, Coach, there. They'll get the 2-minute warning. I think they have maybe 2 timeouts, 1 or 2 timeouts, I believe, left.
I think 2.
Team.
I'm not sure.
All right,
and
so we're going to go with close enough.
Plus a 2-minute warning.
So twin receivers to the right of Cooney. He'll remain at quarterback. 2 running backs. Single receiver to the near side. That'll be Exton again, one-on-one with Kev Fortson. They'll hand this one off up the middle.
Oh, great job.
And he'll fight his way forward down near the 35. They'll give him the 36, actually. Pick up a 6, 2nd and 4 now as we hit the 2-minute warning here in Lakewood. And we'll step aside for a quick timeout as the Cobras still lead by a score of 9-6. You are listening to PFL Football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
Two-minute warning here as Robert Littlejohn will be helped off the field. A little bumped up here as Cobras trainer Beth Betancourt and Ambrose Picorni will help him off. You don't like to see that. He's a big part of that middle of that Cleveland defense.
Big part.
So Cooney now back in at quarterback. He'll have tailback to his rear. He'll have three receivers tight to the right. And low snap, pick it up. Cooney looking for a receiver. He'll throw it out to the flats. It's going to be a one-handed catch. And ball's loose on the turf. And Cooney will cover this one up as it goes out of bounds. And the ball security becomes a problem again here. 1:45 left here in the half. Actually, a nice one-handed catch by Monte Taylor, but he'll get the first down out of the 44-yard line, but the ball hitting the turf a lot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That's a great play by the quarterback getting over there and scooping it up.
So Cooney will remain at quarterback. They'll go three receivers tight to his left this time. They'll mark it 1st and 10 at the Rapids 44-yard line. Federer showing some pressure. He'll back out. Cam Wells now on the far side. Handoff straight up the middle. And the Rapids will work their way into Cobra territory. Taylor carrying the ball inside the 45 and down to the 40-yard line. And we're going to have a timeout. 1:13 left here in the first half. Cleveland with a 9-6 lead. And this kind of follows the pattern for the first two games. Very tight.
Yeah.
Could come down to the end of the game.
Yep.
Both teams missing extra points on their touchdowns. Both teams with excellent kickers.
Yeah, but if they can get the snap back, that's the problem. Is these snaps have killed both football teams. But again, now they got 40 yards away. You get them plenty of time. 1:13. They just cannot. Cobras have got to play tight. They got to get to this quarterback too. Linebackers have got to read their reads. They've got to read through that guard and then into that backfield because you knew he was going to pull it down and hand off on a little delay draw.
Yeah, really no consistent pressure on the Rapids quarterback, whoever's been in there, as James Cooney now leading the Rapids offense. But some opportunity for the Cleveland defense as that ball has been on the turf many times.
Oh, absolutely.
So they're going to mark the ball 1st and 10 at the Cobra 40-yard line. Cooney still in at quarterback. Receivers 2 by 2. Taylor, he'll be the tailback. As Cooney and Taylor have a conversation in the backfield. 1:13 as the clock is stopped. It'll start on the snap. Cooney, back to pass. Fires downfield, has a man open, and it's going to be knocked away. Beautifully done. And trying to think who that is. I know that's not 17. I know that's not Abe Taylor.
No.
Taylor, defensive end here, and
Jason McLaren?
Nope, that is not Jason. I know that for a fact too. But the Rapids going right back to the line after a great defensive play. We do apologize here as Coney now back in the shotgun. Pressure being shown by Federer. They'll hand this one off. And this time it'll be the Rapids working downfield near the 30, maybe down to the 29, and enough for a Rapids first down. And another great run by Monte Taylor.
And they're spinning the clock.
So under a minute to play here, first half. Cooney still in the shotgun. Taylor will be behind him. Receivers 2 by 2. And Cleveland is going to take a timeout. 45 seconds left here in the first half. Cobras with a 9-6 lead. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You were listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local events. Tune in and be part of their live weekly shows, as well as the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the PAFL. Find them on westernreserveradio.com, TuneIn, and the Live 365 app to be part of the area's conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio or on Twitter at WR_radio.
The stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
.45 seconds left here, first half. Jamar Fleming wanted to make some adjustments on that Cobra defense as the Rapids now have the ball 1st and 10 at the Cobra 30-yard line. Cleveland with a 9-6 lead here just prior to the halftime break. And James Cooney has been at quarterback here for the second quarter. So I'm not sure if there was an issue. I believe Jordan Jones was the one to start, but we have not seen him. Receivers now going to flip around as they'll go 2 by 2 with Taylor at the tailback position. Donovan Mormon back at the nose position. Wells the end of the far side. Cooney back to pass under pressure. Wells looking for him. Donovan Mormon going to swallow him up. He'll go to the ground. It'll be a sack for Cleveland. And the clock will stop with 38 seconds left here, as I believe the Rapids are going to take a timeout. They'll try to save some clock.
I'll tell you what, that was a great job. Great job by the defensive backs. That's what it was.
And that's really been the case here for Cleveland all year long. Well, good play in the secondary.
Well, now that I'm looking at the replay, though, Jim, I'll tell you what, they put a lot of heat on him. He had no chance to get his feet into position and step into it. He was running for his life there. So his receivers weren't helping. They were kind of standing there watching him run all over the place. They should have been picking back to the ball, to the quarterback.
So it'll be a loss of 3. They'll mark the ball at the 33. Second down now for the Rapids. 38 seconds left in the half. Cobras with a 9-6 lead. Cobras, of course, kicked off in the first half. They will get the ball to start the third quarter. As we come out of the timeout. Over on Western Reserve Radio 2 with Mark Means, Matt Marr, and Dave Ferris. The Steel City Bobcats get the win over the Youngstown Patricians. Steel City.
Hounds.
I heard them do that earlier. Matt Marr said the same thing, and now I had that in my head. But the Steel City Bobcats will move on next week to take on the Beaver County Arctic Bengals, as they'll send a man in motion from right to left. Cooney back to pass, stepping up in the pocket, looking downfield. He'll fire out in the flats, cut at the 25 and brought down near the 23-yard line. We'll see where they give him the forward progress at. And the clock will continue to run. He went down inbounds, as Mormon now will get some help up from Dustin Dye. They'll go right back to the line. 14 seconds left here, and Cooney will spike it. He'll stop the clock with 11 seconds. Third down now, as they'll mark the ball at the 29-yard line. So, again, we talked about the Rapids and their ability to kick field goals. Now, from the 29 here, if my math is correct, that's going to be a 46-yard field goal. So if they can get a little bit, maybe a first down. And I think they're out of timeouts, Coach.
I believe they are out of timeouts.
All right, so a decision to make here.
Maybe one left.
As we lost track of that, we do apologize. But nonetheless, 11 seconds left here first half. As we get the whistle for play. So Rapids take the timeout. 11 seconds left here. We'll keep it right here. As the talked about the Steel City Bobcats earlier. They were up by a whole lot there in the first half. We lost track there, but okay, so we are done over there. So if you are just joining us here from Pittsburgh, welcome in here to Lakewood, Ohio. As we have a good game going here as the Cobras with a 9-6 lead over the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. Thanks for sticking around here for the second half of this doubleheader. And we are approaching halftime. And we'll be right back to the line here to be Wells, Mormon, and Abe Taylor, the front three for Cleveland.
Well, we are trying a field goal.
And Bobby Rhodes Jr. going to come in for the 46-yard field goal. Rhodes planted, ball back. Kick is up, and it's going to be, White Blues partially blocked. Picked up by Cleveland and brought back to the inside. Nowhere to go. Brought down at the 21, and that will end the first half here in Lakewood. After 2, we go to the break. Cleveland with a 9-6 lead over the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. We'll step aside for a timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Okay, men. This is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're gonna go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You gotta dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. I know you won't. Because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. Now go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick and proud aunt. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing. But not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. 1 in 6. That little girl sitting alone at the playground, she can't play like the other kids. She doesn't have the energy because she's hungry. School lunch will be her only meal today. It breaks my heart that this is the reality in our country, but it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. This food is then provided to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about using your imagination, learning, and having fun. These children shouldn't have to miss out on simply being a kid because they're hungry. To find out how you can help end childhood hunger in your community, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Halftime continues here at Lakewood. Cobras go into the locker room with a 9-6 lead over the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. And take a look at the scoring recap. How did we get here? First quarter action, it would be the Rapids coach on a big return on the opening kickoff that would get to the 25-yard line. And on the first play from scrimmage, it would be Jones the Filey on a 25-yard touchdown. It would give the Rapids a 6-0 lead. They would not convert on the extra point.
Yeah, and that's those extra points are killing them.
So and then not too long after, Cobras would respond after a long drive. 6:56 of the first quarter. It would be Slap Thompson hitting D'Angelo Thompson on a 23-yard touchdown pass that would tie this one up at 6. Another bad snap, and again, and a missed extra point for the Cobras. And the only score coming in the second quarter would be Ben Lyons on a 25-yard field goal. He would give the Cobras the 9-6 lead heading into the half. Just about 8.5 minutes left here in the halftime break, Coach, and both teams, a great game here so far. And again, it follows the pattern from the first two games, very close, and it comes down to those things you think maybe whoever has the ball last wins.
Yeah, the other thing, too, is these extra points are killing both teams. And the snap seemed good on the field goal attempt, but unfortunately, he kicked it low, and I don't know. I didn't get somebody in the middle got a paw up there and knocked it down. So,
and that will be his story as well.
Yeah.
Just about 8 minutes left here in the half. We're just going to step aside for one more timeout. We come back, third quarter action from Lakewood. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network, and now available on the iMedia One Network app. We're back after this.
Nina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear, because for years he's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But there's a lot more to say. Like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder. And our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other. and build family memories we will carry with us forever. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. It's easy. Just put in your zip code to find family-friendly outdoor destinations near you. You'll also find guides to free activities, games, and amazing forest facts. Give the magic of the outdoors to your kids and reconnect with your family. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One Network. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio. The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Back here in Lakewood as we get ready for third quarter action here, week one of the PAFL playoffs. Cobras with a 9-6 lead over the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. And, Coach, another close one here. The only difference in this game is a field goal from Ben Lyons that give them the 3-point lead. But the Cobras with the advantage in turnovers, and they capitalized on at least one of those, but also turned away the Rapids down as they were in the shadow of their own end zone.
Yeah, that was a good job by the Cobras. But now they're going to get the ball now in the second half. They have got to be precise on their running and throwing. Don't give them, get them out of this game early if you can. get up by the scores, and that's going to be the key here. Keep the ball away from them. Don't make mistakes.
Cobras get the ball here to start the third quarter, Coach. An advantage for them. Very important drive coming up here for Cleveland in a very close game.
Yeah, you're going to have to. You got to get down there and get this again precise. Chew up some of the clock and get a score.
Bobby Joe Rhodes to kick this one off as we get the second half underway here. 15 minutes up on the board.
I like that kicker. Something about that Bobby Joe stuff.
Again, we welcome it as we get a low kick. It'll go right to Tyree Knight. He'll pick it up on the hop and bring it out to the 25, trying to get to the Cobra sideline. And he'll work his way inside the 40, cut back in, and be brought down near the 45-yard line. A good return for Tyree Knight. And the Rapids thought they had the ball, but the officials will say no.
No.
The ball is dead, and it's 1st and 10 for Cleveland in an all-important drive here to get the third quarter started.
Control. Give them take what they give you. Don't get fancy. Don't try to put any nail in the coffin this early. Just control football offensively. Get down there, get some yardage, run the clock. That's the whole key to this right now is get the clock, keep it spinning.
Two big men right there in the front for the Rapids, Jamal Singleton and Dustin Dye holding down the Rapids front four as the Cobras have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Thompson in the shotgun. Robinson will be to his left. T.J. Johnson and Wise, the twin receivers to the near side. Tyree Knight and D'Angelo Thompson to the far side. They'll start off on the left hash as the Rapids, again, one high safety here. They'll play action. He'll fire it out to Tyree Knight. Knight trying to work around the defender. He'll get some room to run, and he'll be wrapped up near the 41-yard line. Shamwright had a shot at him, but Tyree Knight, slippery there, got to pick up a few extra yards, and it looks like they'll have a first down.
Well, his yards after a catch are amazing. I mean, and he's so wiry. He just squirts out of there, so it was a great job.
I'll mark the ball at the 42. If you're just joining us here, third quarter action getting underway. And if you're just joining us from Pittsburgh, the Steel City Bobcats, they get the convincing win, we'll say, over the Youngstown Patricians. Patrician season ends. And now the Steel City Bobcats will move on next week to take on the Beaver County Arctic Bengals as Knight and Thompson will be the receivers to the far side. T.J. Johnson and Matt Wise to the near side. Robinson will now go out to the left. He'll step up on the line. And Robinson will be on the line. Thompson in the shotgun. Empty backfield. 1st and 10. Thompson back to pass. Fires over the middle. And there's some contact out back there, but no flags.
Wow.
And it'll bring up 2nd down now for Cleveland.
Ball was in the air. I mean, that they're letting him play, there's no doubt. But, I mean, he impeded his pattern, so don't care too much for that. But again, needs to get that ball down a little bit.
Thompson with that same pass earlier in the second quarter, just a touch over the head there, got him out of a bad situation, but couldn't connect on that one. As Thompson now will be in the shotgun. He'll have Robinson to his left side this time. Receivers will go 2 by 2 on the right hash mark here. 13-18 left. Cobras moving right to left on your devices. If you're listening in on the iMedia One Network app, available for iPhone and Android. Thompson with the handoff to Robinson, trying to find some room, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. He'll avoid a few tackles, but then nowhere to go as he'll run into Dustin Dye, and again, Dye can block out the sun. So give credit to Robinson for the effort, but time and space were not in his favor.
No, absolutely not. They did a good job. That defense just kept coming and coming. He was slipping a few tackles, but, I mean, that's just, wow.
Stretched out the inevitable there is Dustin Dye, who, if we go out to dinner, I'm not paying the bill. I'll tell you that much.
That's a big hoss there, man. Let me tell you. Good player. Yeah, watching him up, I'll tell you what, it takes 2 to knock him down.
Yep, receivers again, 2 by 2. Robinson will remain in the backfield. Ball marked back at the 49-yard line. They'll have to get to the 33 for a first down. Thompson with the hard count, trying to draw somebody off. High snap, he'll bring it down. Going to flip it out to Robinson. Robinson's going to go down. He'll take a shot at the end, but Cobra's going in the wrong direction here on their first drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we talked about that, so.
So we'll see where they're going to mark this. I believe it's going to be at the 45-yard line in negative territories, and they will have to get all the way back to the 33. However, 4th down for Cleveland. Jeff Cooper Ryder coming on to punt this one away, the former Toledo Rocket. We'll kick this one away.
And we know that snaps have been a little bit scary, so.
I believe that's going to be Anthony Spooney and Kamari Mitchell back to return for the Rapids. See if you can get some directional punting because, quite frankly, that's a scary duo back there.
Absolutely.
So Cooper Ryder posting up right around his own 35. Rapids returners around their own 15. Low snap, and they'll get this one away. It'll head towards the sideline. It'll take a Rapids bounce, and I believe Malik Gaddy is going to stop this one, and it'll mark it at or near the 21. So Cleveland able to kind of flip sides of the field here. Rapids will start down on their end of the field here. 11:06 left, third quarter. Cleveland with a 9-6 lead.
That was a scary snap, to say the least.
Well, and last week they had the same thing, and then Cooper Ryder went down on a knee. If you remember right, we got the inadvertent whistle.
I thought that they might have called that. I was waiting for a whistle, but it did not happen, so maybe he didn't have it possessed when he
Good no call by the officials. So they're actually going to mark it right at the 20. 11:06 left here, third quarter. Cleveland with a 9-6 lead.
And a beautiful sun setting to our left.
Indeed. Well, to the west here. Again, a beautiful night here. Temperatures have really cooled off today. I think that we're looking at a very nice day tomorrow as well.
Yes, sir.
As we'll have a new quarterback for the Rapids. He'll take it himself up the sideline and past the 25 and out of bounds on the Cobra sideline near the 32-yard line. As Monte Taylor lines up in a wildcat. The clock will stop with 11 minutes left. So enough for a Rapids first down. Monte Taylor, hard to stop, even when you know he's getting the ball.
Yeah. They had him cornered. I mean, he made a few more extra yards after he got touched, so.
James Cooney back in at quarterback for the Rapids. DeAndre Stevens, I don't know if that was 15 or 16 that came out for the Rapids. And 15, but the only 15 we have is neither one of them are offensive players. So, all right, so we'll go with Cooney in the backfield. Cooney back to pass. Fires out in the flat, going to be incomplete. I'll bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Rapids here. Clock stopped with 10:21 left. It should fire up here in just a second.
I don't know if it was tipped or it just came out of his hand wrong. It was like 2 yards behind the receiver.
Arthur Green now in on that defensive line with Donovan Mormon and Ambrose Picorni. Nico St. Clair out there as well.
They have got to get to him. Keep pressure on him. Keep him inside.
Samir Stevens, corner on the left side. As Cooney will make a last-second adjustment. 3 receivers in a tight formation to the left of Cooney. Snap back, they'll hand this one off. Test the middle, plenty of room to run for Emmett Calhoun. And he'll be brought down at the 38. And he'll be just short of a Rapids first down, but well familiar with that young man there.
Yeah, and Malik Gaddy on the tackle. He was able to wrap him up, get him down. 3rd and about 3.
Gaddy making the adjustment to defense the last couple of weeks, and it's made that a little bit easier with the development of Robinson.
Absolutely. There we go.
So Monte Taylor back in the backfield. Cooney in the shotgun. Taylor behind him. 3 receivers to the left of the Rapid signal caller. Federer showing some pressure. Going to hand this one out to the left side. Picorni there with the first contact, but Taylor will move forward past the 40, down near the 42, and that's enough for a Rapids first down.
Wow, they had him 2 yards short of the first down, but he leaned and he kept his balance. Good run.
8:48 left here. Clock will continue to run. Taylor doing a good job with that one cut, getting back to the inside as we watch the replay.
He's always leaning forward, too. He's a good runner. You can see that his balance is forward, and the Pistons, the legs are keep on clicking.
So shotgun formation again for the Rapids. New quarterback in this time. Going to a Wildcat, one running back to the right. Now taking himself. Taylor looking downfield, and it's going to be thrown and caught at the 47-yard line. That's going to be caught by Exton, but there's a flag on this side of the field, and it's going to be an ineligible man downfield, I believe, Coach. And we'll take a look at the replay here. I believe that there was a player, he was on the line of scrimmage that made him ineligible, I think. So.
Right here. Yeah, there was a man downfield. One of the interior linemen was at least 7 yards down the field from the line of scrimmage.
Looked like he was running a pattern, actually.
Yeah. I think he was a little confused. He's supposed to be standing there pass blocking, but he was downfield.
Ineligible man downfield as we approach the 8-minute mark of the third quarter. Cleveland with a 9-6 lead here. It is very close. Week 1 PAFL playoff game. A lot of P's in there, Coach.
Yep.
All right, so Cooney will return as the signal caller. Running back to his left, 3 receivers to his left. They'll be in a tight formation. Tight end to the right. Cooney waiting for the snap. 7:40. Back to pass, 3-step drop, looking out to his left, fires downfield, has a man open, and it's going to go right through the receiver's fingers. Again, not sure who that is. We have 2 15s in DeAndre Stevens and Drake Davis-Reed, both defensive players, but I don't know who that is, so we do apologize as Green will make his way to the sideline for Cleveland. Wells will make his way back on there to work that front 3. 7.5 minutes left here, third quarter.
Demir Benson, I just got told by their
Demir Benson, okay.
Yeah, by their radio announcers.
All right.
All righty, we appreciate that.
Want to give the young man some credit?
Absolutely, got to give him a little sugar.
So Benson again will be out on the 3 receiver side to the left of Cooney. Clock continuing to run here as we approach the 7-minute mark. Taylor to the left of Cooney. Back to pass. Under pressure. And Picorni's going to bring him down in the backfield.
Wow.
Big time sack for the Cobra defensive lineman. And that's going to push them all the way back near the 23. They have to get to the Cleveland 48 for a first down. 6:40 left here, third quarter.
Picorni looked like he was shot out of a cannon. Oh, man, did he get – he just flew off and kept fighting upfield. That was a great job.
So Cam Wells in there on the defensive line. And Donovan Mormon, who's also played well today, he's had a fumble recovery.
Cobras are playing good football. They got to get to him now. Get him out of this. Get no first downs. Force him to punt. Get the ball back. You're at you'll be under 6 minutes at the snap of the ball. You've eaten the whole third quarter.
Receivers 2 by 2. Cooney in the shotgun. Emmett Calhoun will be the outside receiver to our near side. Keep an eye on him. He'll be one-on-one with Kev Fortson. Cooney, 3-step drop. Looks out to his left. Fires downfield. And it's going to be short. Benson, the intended receiver for the Rapids. And I don't know if he felt like there was some contact there. But he and Quay Harris having a little post-play discussion.
Yeah, but that ball was underthrown by a mile, by 5 yards. We got the replay here.
So Cooney taking the shot downfield, and yeah, I don't think there was any contact there. So between the double coverage and the poorly executed pass, that will bring up fourth down here is Bobby Rhodes Jr. comes in. Wanted to make sure, because we here in the Cobras, you got a punter and a kicker. So
yep.
Benson will be the outsider. Ball on the ground. Rhodes going to get this one away. And it'll be Tyree Knight picking it up at the 45. He's got some room to run. Trying to get to the outside. Headed towards the Cobra sideline. He'll chip and step. And
all right,
we're going to have a post. It's going to be a dead ball foul. 2, 3 flags coming out. Some contact on the sideline, and never a good thing when you return the ball into the opponent's sideline to begin with. Most times, Coach, I know as a special teams coach, I was always told, go to your own sideline, but
yep.
Nonetheless, we'll see if they're going to have penalties on both players. If these are offsetting, not a big deal, quite frankly.
I'm probably going to say that's what's going to happen. It's going to be offsetting.
So the official's going to gather near the Cobra sideline, have a discussion.
Okay, we got the. I don't know who this. It's got to be a coach. Clean over here. Yeah, gather. He's trying to gather his people up. That's all.
All right, so we'll see if we can get a call from our official. Dead ball, personal foul coming up against the Cobras. Dead ball, personal foul against the Rapids. So basically, it just didn't happen.
Yeah, and that's exactly. You know what? That's the smart thing to do on that. Just offsetting penalties. Let's just go with the spot of the football. That's all. That's excellent.
Speaking of big-time matchups today, Coach, the Detroit Ravens and the Racine Raiders for the PAFA championship today. Two Titans there. We got to see the Ravens, and we've been following the Raiders and see if we can get an update on that score there. I believe that game being played in Michigan. As Thompson now will go empty backfield. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. 5:02 left here, third quarter. Thompson going to send Johnson in motion from right to left. Thompson with the shoulder fake, pass over the middle, intended for Tyree Knight. It'll go through his hands. I don't know if he was really going anywhere anyway. Well covered, and it'll be 2nd and 10 now for Cleveland.
Yeah, but he was kind of one-on-one there, so you know how he is with one-on-one people. I think he may have got that and grabbed the jet and gone.
Yeah, he is slightly terrifying in the open field.
You ain't kidding.
And you try to find ways to get the ball to your skill players like Tyree Knight, Matt Wise. D'Angelo Thompson coming around this year too. Solid receiver for the Cleveland Cobras. And we're going to go with T.J. Johnson to the right of Slap Thompson in the shotgun now. Receivers 2 by 2. They'll work from the left hash.
No safety again.
5:20 left here. See if Thompson recognizes it.
There
Fires over the middle. Up in the air. And it's going to go off the helmet and be intercepted. Tip drill.
Wow.
As Lumbus will get the interception for the Rapids. It'll go off the helmet of Matt Wise. Went up into the air. And fell into the hands of Brian Lumbus, the linebacker. And the Rapids turned the Cobras away with 4:09 left here. And it went off his head, I think, actually twice, Coach.
Yeah. What an interception.
So that drive will come to a halt here. The Rapids will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22. 4:09 left here.
No,
third quarter, Cobras with a 9-6 lead.
Think about that. An oval football hitting a round helmet, and it goes straight up, not once but twice, and then picked.
That's just, I don't know if I can say bad luck, but it's not good luck.
What's the percentage rate that would happen?
Well, at this point, I'd say pretty good. I don't know if I would have put Vegas odds on it.
No.
But all right, so the Rapids will start off at their own 22-yard line. Monte Taylor and Emmett Calhoun in the back. So 2 dangerous runners back there. Cooney to the sideline. 3 receivers to our near side. Federer showing pressure. He'll back out. Back to pass. Taylor taking a shot downfield. He's going to overthrow the receiver. Tight coverage by Cleveland. Clock will stop briefly with 4:04 left here in the third quarter.
I'll tell you what. That was a good job, though. He would have had to drop that right in the basket to get that.
Terrell Lively on the coverage, the Cobra safety, and just overthrow him. So Monte Taylor in the Wildcat formation showing you that he really is a well-rounded, skilled player.
Absolutely.
Showing some arm there.
I'll tell you what, it's a good football team. They got a nice bunch of players and stuff, and this has been a great game so far.
Yep, under the leadership of head coach Nate Hose. Daniel Demand as we get a whistle. And the Rapids are going to take a timeout. 3:30 left here, third quarter. Rapids take a timeout. We'll step aside for a break. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Back here in Lakewood in a very tight PAFL playoff game here, week 1, as Taylor and Calhoun will be in the backfield here. Taylor will be the quarterback, Calhoun the tailback. Twin receivers to the near side, tight receivers to the left of Taylor. Play action, Taylor back to pass. He'll tip this one out. It's going to be caught, but brought down. And I can't tell what the number is, but I believe that's going to be Jordan Jones. That number 8. All right, so the ball will be marked back at the 18-yard line. Rapids will have to get to the 32-yard line, but for Cleveland, third down has been rough. And the Rapids have been able to pick up those first downs.
I'll tell you what, third and we'll say 15-ish. They hold them here, they can get some good field position.
Well, exactly 15, 18 to the 33, or 32, depending on where our chain marker is going to stand. Right foot, left foot, Taylor at the quarterback position. Calhoun.
Youngstown City School,
yeah.
Education.
That's right. Proud graduate. Here's Taylor, back to pass. Taking a shot downfield. Looping pass picked off by Quay Harris inside the 40, down near the 38-yard line. Cobras get the turnover. They'll start first and 10 in Rapids territory. 2:29 left here, third quarter.
Come on, boys. Let's go. Peel back. Peel back.
Didn't look like Taylor didn't get that pass off very well, Coach. It looked like it didn't have all of it when he wanted behind it.
No, it looked like it did not come out of his hand at all. Good. He underthrew that by a mile. Cobra's got to keep their cool head now. Doing a little bit of jaw on both teams. They just, calm down, settle down, play the game.
So another turnover for the Cobras. First and 10 at the Rapids 38. 2:29 left here, third quarter. Cobras with a 9-6 lead. First game between these two ended 17-14 with a last-second field goal giving the Rapids a win. And in week 3, it was a 13-7 win for the Rapids at home. Cobras trying to make third time the charm. So Matt Wise, single receiver to the far side. Going to go 4 receivers to the near side. Empty backfield. Thompson in the shotgun.
Maybe it's quarterback draw.
I don't know if anybody wants to see that here.
No, rumbling.
Trying to preserve our veteran quarterback here is Thompson. With the count, back to pass, quick pass out to the left. Picked up by Tyree Knight, but he's going to say incomplete. It hit the turf, and it's going to bring up second and 10 now for Cleveland. They were overloading that left side, trying to get a couple of blocks for Tyree Knight.
Well, I'll tell you what, thank God both officials came in there and said, nah, you skipped it. Yeah, it ain't happening. And they're all laughing about it. So I tell you what, though, he does catch that. He can get some yardage on that one, Jim.
Head coach Adam Rogerson now talking to the officials here, trying to politic a little, see what he can't get. And I can tell him what he's going to get on that one. Nothing.
Never would any head coach ever do that. I could swear by that.
Yeah. I got a bridge to sell you.
Swampland in Florida.
Right down the street, as a matter of fact. Thompson back into that shotgun with 4 receivers to his left. Single receiver to the far side. We'll watch that matchup on the outside. Matt Wise. Thompson waiting for the snap, back to pass. He fires down there looking for Wise, one-on-one, and it's going to be incomplete. Some contact there, no call.
Wow.
I think the defender did a good job actually just staying in his way. So I believe a good no call here. That's going to bring up third down for Cleveland. Obviously not in field goal range here.
Again, I don't understand it. You got the ball on the 38-yard line. Run the ball a little bit. Move closer, and then do this. So give you an opportunity to at least kick a field goal. Because right now it's just, we're throwing first, second down deep, and we're not moving the ball at all. Not only that, stopping the clock. Well, the clock is running, so I apologize with that.
Yeah, points at a premium right now, Coach. So you got to take what you get as wise, and will be the single receiver again to the far side. 4 receivers to the near side, including Marvin Germany, and also be Tyree Knight, D'Angelo Thompson as well. Thompson with that empty backfield. 3rd and 10. 1:02 left here, hard count. Flag, free play, as Thompson going to take a shot downfield. He's going to come back into the end zone. Touchdown, Matt Wise. A 38-yard touchdown pass from Thompson to Wise. Gives Cleveland the 15-6 lead pending the extra point.
And you know what? Slap knew that was just a free play. Why not? They jumped, and that was probably called in the huddle. If they jump, we're going to run the play, and that's exactly what happened. Great job by the Cobras.
Cobras take a 15-6 lead pending the extra point. It'll be Ben Lyons that'll come on for the attempt. C.J. Hale to hold. And for Cleveland, Coach, that is huge.
Yeah, but they need this point. Again, get these points.
So Lions lining this one up. C.J. Hale to hold. Snap is back. Kick is up.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And it is good. 53 seconds left here, third quarter. Cleveland takes a 16-6 lead as we get a flag at the conclusion of the play, and I believe that's going to be a dead ball foul. Maybe some excessive celebration, maybe a little unsportsmanlike. That would be enforced on the kickoff. We'll keep it right here for a second here as we get the flags. The officials now talking on the far side.
Cobras have got to not buy into this if it's a penalty on them, because you're ahead of the score, you're playing well, don't make mistakes like this.
Josh Davis from the Rapids over talking to the officials. Haven't gotten the call yet, as I believe the official's going to.
It said decline. I don't know. I thought I saw one official say he's declined.
Okay, so was that penalty on the Rapids? And then.
You know what? I don't know.
So Thompson taking advantage of the penalty. Sends the ball 38 yards downfield to Matt Wise. He gets into the end zone. Cobras with a 16-6 lead. Trying to move on to week 2 of the PAFL playoffs.
Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
Ben Lyons going to set this one to kick off.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they need to stay in their lanes. The last 2 kicks, they've done a great job with that. So that's what they got to do.
So Calhoun and Taylor back to return for the Rapids. This one going to head to the sideline. And an illegal procedure penalty going to come up. And depending on what crew we have this week, may start at the 35 or the 40.
Yeah.
53 seconds, though, left here, third quarter. And, Coach, I'm almost willing to take that penalty considering the 2 returners back there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to – I don't think it's going to hurt them. They should get the ball on the 40, I believe.
Yeah, last week it was a 35. So we'll see what was the modified College Canadian rules. We've had that.
What are we doing?
Okay. So I believe with 53 seconds, somebody take a timeout?
I guess the officials are over talking to the coach. And coach is over here saying, let's not let it get out of hand.
Okay, so they're going to – all right, so the Rapids are going to make them kick it again, from what I can understand. Head coach Nate Hose out at midfield. And I don't know, Coach. You get to the point where sometimes it's getting a little ridiculous with the coaching staffs being out at midfield.
Yeah, I don't understand that. So.
And I'm not one usually to criticize officials, but the officials will always come to the sideline to talk to you.
They should be at the top of the numbers. That's as far as I was told, and I was pretty good with that.
Is that a Coach Gessler rule, or is that what you were? Or is that, all right, okay.
Well,
just making sure.
That was my rule. I knew better.
Okay, so that was a Coach Gessler rule. All right,
yeah, it was.
All right, so we'll just make it sure here because,
That's because a good friend of mine, John Lucetti, was bigger than me and carried them yellow flags. He told me that's where you're going to go and stay.
Taylor in the shotgun. Or pistol, he'll give it to Calhoun. Calhoun quickly through the line of scrimmage will make it out to the 46. Should be just enough for a Rapids first down. Clock will continue to run, or start to run. Don't believe it started on that play, but 42 seconds left here, third frame. Cobras now with a 16-6 lead, and the Rapids with a little bit more urgency.
Cobras got to be ready here. They have got to get to the queue, get in that backfield, mix it up a little bit.
Taylor,
there it is.
Hand off to Calhoun. He'll get to the outside, past midfield, and he'll be knocked out at the 40-yard line into the Rapids sideline. Another Cuyahoga Falls first down as the clock continues to run down with 12 seconds left. And I don't know if we have a player down, if they're going to stop the clock, and they will stop the clock with 6 seconds left. As it will be an official timeout. But Calhoun to the far side gets knocked out at the 40.
Yeah, there is definitely a man down on the.
All right, so they're going to check on him with 6 seconds left here, third quarter. Malik Gaddy and Beth Bedencourt are going to go over and check on the fallen Cleveland Cobra. I believe it's hard to say over there. I'm going to assume since Malik Gaddy's over there.
Okay, Gaddy, what? I take it he's like a paramedic, a nurse or something, or?
I don't know. But he seems to like to be there. He's a good team player.
Well, no, but I noticed that he goes over on injuries, so I'm assuming maybe something with the medical field.
All right. So the Cobras, with just 6 seconds left here, third quarter, looking to slow down this Rapids drive. 1st and 10 for the Rapids. Taylor still at the quarterback position. He'll be in the pistol formation. Calhoun behind him. Taylor on the play action, trying to get to the outside, out past the 40, 35, and fight his way down to the 30. And it's should be another Rapids first down. Depending on where his knee went down here, we'll see where they're going to mark it as the umpire seems to be, he's checking.
So it's quarter over.
And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. 3 quarters in the books here in Lakewood. Cleveland takes a 16-6 lead into the fourth frame. We'll step aside for a timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, a part of the iMedia One network.
Nina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia One Network, Youngstown, Ohio.
We'll flip sides of the field. It'll be the Rapids 1st and 10 from the Cobra 30-yard line. Cobras with a 16-6 lead. Cooney back in, rotating back, under pressure. Picorni trying to get to him, and he'll throw it out towards the sideline, incomplete. I'll bring up second down now for the Rapids. Cooney under pressure. And I don't know, Coach. I have some mixed feelings about switching the quarterbacks around. You have Monte Taylor and then James Cooney.
Especially when you have driven right down to the field. I mean, again, maybe they're trying to get a quick pass in there, quick score. But that's something that, the young man got him down this far. Keep it going. Keep the machine in there. I just don't understand stuff like that. But apparently they're going to try to score quick with a pass.
Yeah, Cooney back in. Taylor will be the running back. Twin receivers to the near side. They'll go with a stand-up tight end to the right. Cooney waiting for the snap. He'll give it to Taylor. Taylor hit right at the line of scrimmage and brought down. No gain on the play. Ambrose Picorni leading the charge on that, and a host of Cleveland Cobras, including Matt Federer.
Well, I just want to tell you, and I love when this happens. He's playing, I always use this term, he's always playing possessed. He has really stepped up his game in this game. Pokorny is doing an outstanding job, and that's Ambrose Pokorny.
3rd and 12 for the Rapids. 13:47 left here in the game. Rapids trail by a score of 16-6. They'll go receivers 2 by 2. Taylor will be the tailback. Cooney still in the shotgun.
2-down territory, Jim.
Cooney with the call, waiting for the snap. Back to pass. Looking out to his left, under pressure. And he's going to be brought down. Ambrose Pokorny with his 2nd sack of the day. Sets the Rapids back. It's 4th down now for Cuyahoga Falls.
I want to tell you something. These guys got out. Mormon was right there, too. And he started to pressure up the middle, and Pokorny just kind of just cleaned it up. An outstanding job. The defense has just turned it up. That front 3 of just, they've given him fits.
Just the way you draw it up there, Coach. There, pressure from Donovan Mormon at the nose position. Pokorny chasing him down as Jamar Fleming with a smile on his face. Now try to get everybody back off the field. Got to stay out of the way, guys. As they will have,
count your guys. Make sure you don't have too many.
Bobby Rhodes Jr. on to punt this one away. Rapids going to run 2 other players onto the field. And we're going to get a timeout. Cleveland's going to take the timeout, actually, with 12:32 left here in the game. And we'll keep it right here on this one, Coach. I don't know if I like that one, as Tyree Knight was setting up to return a punt.
Yeah, I don't like it at all, Jim. They had enough guys. They had the 11 out there, so I don't know what they have to talk about.
Well, somebody didn't like something, as Malik Gaddy over there talking to Tyree Knight. Scheming something there for the flashy returner for the Cobras.
Scheming? I like that.
That's right. And if you are the Rapids, if you're smart here, if Rhodes can do it, you might want to directionally punt this one away. But nonetheless, coming out of the timeout, 12:32 left here in the game.
Well, the other thing, too, Jim, is I hope they don't have a little razzle-dazzle here, because that would not give them good field position if they get stopped. We've seen it before where they've run a pass or they've snapped it to the short guy, but, man, you got 20 yards. Make that 25 yards for a 1st down.
Over on Western Reserve Radio 2 earlier, the Steel City Bobcats get the big win over the Youngstown Patricians. They'll move on. Game brought to you by, of course, Mark Means, Matt Mayer, and Dave Ferris. And Rhodes with a high punt. And it's going to be Gaddy that's going to pick this one up at the 20 flag. And there's going to be some contact there. And I believe they're going to have Morgan Hill. As Hill delivered a shot that Gaddy may have gotten him in the ribs.
I tell you, though, Jim, that... And I'm telling you, it looked like it was catch hit, but it looked like it was simultaneous. I think that was a good football hit. I
unfortunately missed the replay here, but was there an assumption that he made a fair catch? And the answer is I don't know.
I don't know.
So nonetheless here, Gaddy down. Looks like he got the wind knocked out of him. Hopefully that is all that's happened. He's been a big part here, again, defensively for the Cobras with the development of Robinson, being able to play on that side.
Again, here we go with all the coaches coming out. I just don't understand this.
Yeah,
I refuse to. That should be a 15-yard penalty. Once they start doing that, enforcing that, this will never happen. There's no reason for that. You go to the numbers just like you're told. And
he's going towards the numbers. They just happen to be on this side of the field.
Happen to be on this side of the field. You don't do that.
Yeah, and this has been a problem around the league all season long.
All season. You are absolutely right.
So Malik Gaddy up on his feet, holding his right side there. Hopefully that's just going to be a case of getting the wind knocked out of him. He'll be accompanied off the field, but we'll have to see if we can find out to what extent. If there is an injury, Lamore Dillard will make his way into the huddle. Dillard doing a good job leading that offensive line here for Cleveland. 12:25 left here, fourth quarter. Cobras with a 16-6 lead, so lots of time left here in this game. And we've seen that the Rapids can score just as quickly. So this game not over by a long shot.
Yeah. No. They've just got to be smart here because you don't want to blow it.
So they're going to mark the ball. Is that at the 35 or 36? We'll see if we can get everybody out of the way. So it'll be the 36-yard line. As Thompson will be in the empty backfield again. 3 to his left, 2 to his right. 12:25 left here. Fourth quarter. Receivers trying to make sure they are in the correct position. Make sure they don't make anybody ineligible. As Thompson waiting for the snap. Back to pass, fires over the middle, and it's going to be Wise, dropped on the slant. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Cleveland, and an unusual, uncharacteristic drop for the star wide receiver for Cleveland.
But it seems to be the scenario for Cleveland all year. I mean, they get ahead, and all they got to do is just play their game, and it's unfortunately this happens. Get a nice drive, go down there, even if you got 3 points.
So timeout here, 12:10 left in the game. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
We'll call the timeout.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
To the stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
$12:10 left here, fourth quarter. I believe this is going to be an officials timeout. We had a player down on the far side. And still down on that far side. So I don't know if this is it. I assume, Coach, this is an officials timeout. All right, nonetheless.
They were pointing to the sideline, so I believe we have a truck here, and I thought I saw an ambulance that came up to the other side. Unfortunately, they're trying to get in here, and
so as an update here, I believe we can confirm here. I believe the Ohio Broncos get the win over the Mid-Ohio Patriots today. The Ohio Broncos will move on. And we talked about the Ohio Broncos and that offense that has really stepped up with Marquello Sewell at quarterback. Ohio Broncos listed as first on offense in terms of points scored, tied fifth defensively. And also over on Western Reserve Radio 2, Mark Means, Matt Marr, and Dave Ferris bringing you the Steel City Bobcats versus Youngstown Patricians game. Patrician season comes to an end, Coach. Score 54-8.
Yeah, that's a little bad for a couple of our guys that played there, but you know what? They'll be fine. They'll get it done. They'll do what they need to do. So,
and a great foundation being laid over there.
Sure. At
the Patricians and some of the tradition, things that you really don't know about here is we're going to give this a little bit of time here as we do have an ambulance in here to attend to one of the players on the Rapids sideline. And quite frankly, no information really. I can't see what's going on here, but nonetheless, 12:10 left here, fourth quarter. We'll step aside for a timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on the iMedia One network, and of course, now available on the iMedia One network app. We are back after this.
I'm 54. So, basically, it's too late to start saving for retirement, right?
Not right. Starting to save, even in your 50s, can really make a difference.
Well, right now, saving seems hard to wrap my head around. Plus, with the way this year's been going...
Hey, listen, it's okay. You still got this. Just go to aceyourretirement.org. It's an online tool from AARP that can help you get your retirement savings on track no matter your age. It's free and only takes about 3 minutes.
I like 3 minutes.
Yeah, at aceyourretirement.org, you'll chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer a few questions and you'll get a personalized plan and tips to help boost your retirement savings. Tips that are easy to understand and tailored to your lifestyle.
I like that too.
Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back. Just head to aceyourretirement.org and make your plan to start saving for retirement.
Thanks.
That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder, and our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other and build family memories we will carry with us forever. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. It's easy. Just put in your zip code to find family-friendly outdoor destinations near you. You'll also find guides to free activities, games, and amazing forest facts. Give the magic of the outdoors to your kids and reconnect with your family. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
.12:10 left here, fourth quarter, as one player assisted by ambulance. He'll try to get some more information there. Want to keep you updated. We don't want to make any wrong assumptions on who it is.
No.
As now it'll be second 11 for the Cobras. Thompson, quick pass out to Wise. Wise trying to find some room to run. One stiff arm. He'll be brought down at the 40. A pickup of about 4 on the play. Bring up 3rd and 6 now for Cleveland.
Yeah, it's a good job. Just, quick something outside. It's safe. He was able to get to him, so.
It's trying to get this to these receivers to the outside, just letting them do what they do. And again, with Matt Wise, he has had some big plays here in recent weeks. D'Angelo Thompson, Devin Tufts apparently not available tonight. Have not seen him. He really kind of fills out that receiving core.
We did see him go down after that second long run there.
But nonetheless,
didn't know the scenario until
third down now for Cleveland. 11:07 left here in the game. Thompson, empty backfield. 2 receivers to his right, 3 bunched up to the left. Pass over the middle, intended for D'Angelo Thompson, and we're going to get a flag.
Oh, yeah.
And that one, I think that one's going to be an easy call.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have Sham Wright for the interference, and that will give Cleveland a first down with 10:54 left here, fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
And we haven't seen a lot of those today. Really, they have been lenient in those situations, but that one was kind of obvious.
Yeah, that was obvious. We didn't get it, but he had his arms around him and stuff, so absolutely.
So just trying to show him a little love, and didn't like that. The officials said that's no.
Wow. They're holy mackerel.
So, wait, are they saying so? Holding, okay, they're going to say holding on Cleveland, and then it's going to be a hold on the Rapids prior to the pass. So it's going to offset, and we will do the down over as they'll mark the ball. Back near the, I don't know, Coach, were they at the 36? I think that was a 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 7 on the last play. So it looks like they took yards away from Cleveland.
Well, here they go. Now they're moving the stick. There you go.
Okay, the official is going to move the ball to the 40.
Yeah.
All right, so a little better there.
Here's the bad thing, Jim. They're letting this team hang around, and you don't want to do that with this team.
So Thompson, empty backfield again. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Back to pass. Pump fake, under pressure, goes down in the backfield. Josh Davis with the sack. And Thompson hasn't been touched a whole lot, but definitely unabated to the quarterback, I believe is the phrase they use.
Yeah, I mean, that was horrible. But again, Jim, I'm dumbfounded. You want to throw the ball constantly when you need to be running the football.
Came off the left end there. Just beat Taylor Johnson. Yeah. Had the leverage.
Yeah, well, Taylor didn't move his feet. He tried to turn his body to get to him. He's got to shuffle his feet better and sit down on a haunch and then just punch his arms out, and he did not do that.
Jeff Cooper Ryder on to punt this one away. He'll post up right around his own 21-yard line. The duo of receivers will set up for the Rapids around there between the 30 and 25.
Here we go.
D'Angelo Thompson will run on at the last second here. Now, and we're going to get a whistle. Flag on the play. False start coming up against Cleveland. That'll push him back 5 with 9:03 left here in the game.
Yeah. This is the Cobras have got to tighten up the defense now.
Something I just noticed on the field, though, Robert Littlejohn on the punt team, and he was bumped up earlier, but back on the field. That is good to see. As Cooper Ryder now posted up around his own 16-yard line. Rapids returners will move up. Low snap, and it's going to be partially blocked. It'll take a Cleveland roll, but he didn't get all of this, and it'll roll to the Cleveland 48-yard line. The Rapids will start in plus territory with 8:33 left here, fourth quarter. Cleveland with a 16-6 lead.
Yeah, that's not good. We talked about this.
And it came right up the middle. I want to say that was Josh Davis that got his hands out there and got just enough of it. So 1st and 10 for the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. They'll mark the ball at the Cleveland 48. 1st and 10. 8:33 left here in the game. Week 1 of the PAFL playoffs. Nico St. Clair to make his way to the field. So another quarterback for the Rapids. It'll be a handoff to the left side. Taylor picking up some yards, and he'll make it down to the Cleveland 30-yard line. I believe that's going to be Jordan Jones at quarterback, maybe for the Rapids.
And they are in a no huddle, and they need to get in.
So receivers 2 by 2, 1st and 10 from the 30. Back to pass, fires down the field, has an open receiver, caught, and is it going to be a touchdown? The Rapids with a 30-yard touchdown pass, 7:57 left here, fourth quarter. It is a 16-12 lead for the Cobras pending the extra point.
Wow. Wow. That's just
And just a great catch going into the end zone.
Great throw, great catch. He had to put it right there, and he did. It was decent coverage. Cobras have got to do better than this.
Bobby Rhodes on for the extra point. Hopefully we can get a number for you on the reception. Going to get a flag, and it's going to be an illegal substitution coming up against the Rapids. And I believe, again, hard to see these numbers, Coach. A little bit frustrating at times. I believe there was Jordan Jones on the pass. So an illegal substitution penalty coming up. They'll move the ball back to the 8-yard line.
Well, they were going to actually go for it, Jim. The kicker was not in there. So now they brought him out because they backed up.
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever seen a better pass from the third quarterback to come into a football game, if I'm being completely honest.
All right, so Rhodes will set this one up for the extra point. 7:57 left here in the game. Snap back. Ball on the ground, and no good. Score will remain 16-12 with 7:57
there we go.
left in here, and we got some post-play talk going on.
Come on, guys.
And we'll see what these flags are going to be. Multiple on the field, but I have a gut feeling this one's going to be against the Cobras. So 16-12 is your score. Cobras still with the lead. Just under 8 minutes to play here in this Week 1 playoff. As we said earlier, Coach, a lot of time to play in this one.
Yeah, I just, again, Cobras have got to try to mix it up a little bit. They cannot come out throwing the ball 4 downs and then give it up, because you're going to get drained here. So they have got to.
As we said earlier, Coach, a lot of time to